Good evening to you all. I would like to welcome you all on an insightful webinar session on FNO trading, risk and opportunity, investor psychology, organized by the Committee on Financial Markets and Investor Protection of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. The Committee on Financial Markets and Investor Protection works in the area of promoting investors' protection by nurturing capacity and competency development of members and stakeholders in the financial market, and have been actively working in the area of financial literacy for the development of economy through its various learning initiatives of workshops and training programs. The Committee on Financial Markets and Investor Protection of ICI is also tirelessly working day and night on the mandate of Government of India for development of the domain of financial markets by regularly updating and educating the potential as well as the existing investors through its knowledge, enriching investors awareing programs. Now, uh, Aminesh, is Nanda sir is available? Yeah.
So Nanda sir
Hello.
will be joining in the during the break time. He is occupied in a convocation right now. So we request we can
Okay.
just go on with the session.
Acha, we can just yeah. So now we have CA Niklesh Soman sir as our eminent speaker for the session. CA CA Niklesh Soman sir. So yeah. Uh, I would request you to please give your insightful thoughts over this session, sir. Over to you, please.
Okay. So thank you, Committee of Financial Markets and Investor Protection (ICI), for giving me this opportunity to share my little bit of knowledge which I had earned in last 17 to 18 years while trading myself in stock market in options. So basically, I'm not in practice. So whatever experience I have got in those 17 to 18 years, I would like to share with my fellow members. So that will definitely going to help them whenever they wish to trade in markets. Because now I heard that out of 100, 99 people or 99 persons lose money. That is a history of the markets. Okay, as per what we can say, recent even exchanges statement also, they have said that in 22-23, almost 96% of the people lose money in F&O. Rightly, SEBI is also saying the same, that most of the time F&O traders are losing money. Only few of them are getting the what we can say reward while trading in markets. So my intention is to just share the what we can say insight which I have got. I will not say I'm a successful trader all the time, because I have also lost money in F&O. But if we see overall results, whenever I file my return, it is also filed by another chartered accountant. To be very honestly, my ex-partner. So he is always happy that I am making some amount of money in F&O, okay, while trading. So just I want to share my own views, which will definitely help our members. That's why I am here today. And again, I'll just start with my presentation. Okay. So basically, people think that F&O trading is a risky. So you know very well that every coin has a two sides. Okay, I know definitely one side is full of risky. It's a risky trading part, because most of the time people whenever they take any positions in maybe a future or options, they normally lose money. That is a history. But the other side of the coin is, I personally feel that is an opportunity to make good amount of money with a smaller amount of investment and with what we can say smaller amount of time also. So here the mentality is totally different when you trade in F&O. Normally what happens is, people come in the market with a trading thought, like in equity, and whenever they start equity trading and they say, for example, there was a euphoria 1 month back in the market when we were at 20,200. Everybody was talking about 21,000 before Diwali, and you saw what happened in markets. Everybody got stuck in correction. Okay, so what happened normally is, people intend to come into the market as a trader, but unfortunately they end up as an investor. And I personally feel the investors are normally only 10% out of 100 they are genuine investor who generally buys the stock and they forget. Okay, they wait for 5 to 10 years. It's a huge, what we can say, patience they required. But in F&O, normally people only wait for say maximum 1 month or say sometimes 2 months. But in our Indian markets, our 2 months, 3 months contracts are not so active or not so, we can say, liquid. So normally the time horizon here is maximum 1 month. And you know very well, nowadays the Nifty and Bank Nifty and all these other indices, we have basically the weekly kind of a expiry. So every week they expire. Nowadays, every day there is a expiry of some indices. Okay, so hence people think that it is very difficult to trade in F&O. But let me tell you very frankly or very honestly, after 1.5 or maybe 2 hours, you will also feel like trading in F&O is not so risky, but it may be an opportunity. So let's move further. I'll go ahead. Okay, first the disclaimer, usual disclaimer is I am not a broker or sub-broker or remiser or channel partner with any, we can say, financial institution. I am not a mutual fund distributor also. Basically, I don't believe in mutual fund, to be very honest. When I started my trading 17, 18 years back, I personally feel trading can also give you a lot of money. So I'm not a, what we can say, very fond of mutual fund investment also. It is good for those who are not in front of screen or who are not having time to see the market. It is a good instrument for them. But being sitting on a screen, I feel direct trading is good. I am not selling any product or scheme of any banks or NBFCs or any post office. I am not an insurance agent. I am not suggesting any kind of, we can say, investment product to anybody. Okay. So I'm not a SEBI registered investment advisor also, because normally I don't advise. Okay. So people basically can assume whatever views expressed here are my own personal views. They are come out of my own experiences. Their experiences may be different. So just I want to share my own experiences. So views expressed are yearly purely a personal in nature, and you are requested to take proper advice from your financial advisor or from any other chartered accountant. Okay, so that's my disclaimer before moving ahead, because whatever names of the stock, suppose for example I will take, you can safely assume that it is just for the it is just for the sake of given example. It is not like I have invested or my I am having any position. It is just for the sake of taking what we can say view on markets. Okay, those examples will be just for a sake of understanding the concepts. Now, this is a building. I stay in Thane, Mumbai. Okay. So this is a building called BSC. As we know very well, we also feel our ICI building is our Tirtha Kshetra. We always visit there. We always very humble there. We touch the first, what we can say, step and say ki, thank you ICI. So like we are traders, suppose. So this is our Tirtha Kshetra. We have to be very humble in front of this building, because that will definitely have a huge impact on your, what we can say, trading or investment life. So definitely see the emotions of the people over there. These emotions are very, very important. The people who stand what we can say outside the exchanges. And earlier days, you know, if you saw that particular scam series in the ring, now the ring has been closed, but earlier how the people were trading and how those emotions and all this, you know very well. So it's a really emotional drama. And if you are emotional, then very frankly my personal view is, if you are so much of emotions are always good. We have to be emotional, okay, but not in stock market. Okay, if you are emotional, it's a good, okay, it's advantageous. But if you are emotional in a stock market, then it's a disadvantageous. So always you must able to control your emotions while trading in stock market. This first thing you always remember. Now, as you know very well, the in F&O or in stock market generally, it's a fight between the bulls and bears. Okay, so normally, let me tell you very honestly, I am a bull person. My mentality is of a bull. So whenever market goes up, I feel better. Whenever market start crumbling down, whenever market goes down, I feel very, what we can say, little bit sorrowful, and then I don't trade in those markets. So normally I trade only one way. Normally a trader should be trading in both the ways, like in the bull cycle as well as bear cycle. But I usually take a rest when there is a bear cycle or when the market is not going up. I usually take a rest, okay, because I personally feel we have to focus on that particular thing where we are the best. Okay, so if the market is bull, I am sure I can make good amount of money in long calls. Then usually I avoid short calls, or I personally don't do any buying of puts or that. So basically you have to be very clear, because sometimes people say कि सर मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है तो कॉल बाय करना चाहिए, मार्केट नीचे जा रहा है तो पुट बाय करना चाहिए. So that is okay, that is really a good thing. But what happens is, in that we are not really swing traders, I can say, or we are not so much professional traders. So usually what happens is, sometimes nowadays market is also such a volatile that you will see that in 5 minutes 50 points nifty up, and in the next 5 minutes maybe nifty is down by 50 odd points. So it is very difficult to trade also sometimes. So whenever market starts going down, I usually take a nap, I usually become relaxed, and I see that whenever market gives any, what we can say, signs of reversal, whenever market says now I am ready to move up, at that time I personally what we can say, start trading again, I become aggressive. Otherwise, because I have decided when market is falling, okay, just what we can say, sit on cash. But usually if you are a good professional trader, you can also take advantage of bear cycles, or whenever the market is falling, you can just simply short the market and you can make huge amount of money. But my forte is I am a bull, so I usually avoid that. But one should do the both the things if you really want to make handsome money. Now this is a normal picture on every, what we can say, Friday. You must have observed in 52 weeks, out of 52 weeks, 30 or 32 weeks, you will find that market is going down and down, relentlessly down and down. And then this picture reminds me of Mahabharata. At that time that Duryodhana was also, what we can say, he was desperate, and he was saying, ये सूर्यास्त क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. Like whenever market crashes, at that time bulls like me, they always say कि यार ये 3:30 क्यों नहीं बज रहा है. The market is relentlessly going down. At 12:30 it is down, at 1:30 it is down, at 2:30 it is down. So we usually wait. अरे यार ये मार्केट बंद क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, बिकॉज वी नो somebody says when this market will stop falling, I normally say at 3:30 only it can stop, because that is the, what we can say, market closes. So this thing happen when market crash, everybody is so much of emotional that they says कि यार ये market बंद क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, let us close the market. And now unfortunately we can say exchanges are trying to keep this F&O market open up to 5:30. They are trying their level best. I don't know whether it will happen. There are so many other things also involved in that. But I personally feel 3:30 तक है वही अच्छा है. If again any crash will come, just imagine what will happen up to 5:30. So I personally feel 3:30 should be good time. So this thing happen with the bulls like me, then market falls. The emotions are ये market close क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, okay, सूरज से क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. Actually it's a good experience if you see the screen. Definitely लोगों के पसीने छूट जाते हैं when they see their own positions are going down and everything is red on street. Okay, there see, normally in mutual funds it never happens, because your advisor gives you only once a statement, in once a month your statement, and then normally you just say okay fine, इतना पैसा है क्या, okay fine. You never compare that पिछले महीने कितना था, ये महीने कुछ बढ़ा के नहीं. But when you see it on in front of screen, and you see that you have taken a position in F&O, and it suppose 1 lakh rupees amount of investment, and slowly it is 95,000, then 90,000, then suddenly it is 75,000. Then just imagine losing 25,000 in a what we can say few minutes. What will be the experience? So hence people avoid normally this F&O trading, because see why it happens 75,000 to 1 lakh, because they don't keep stop losses. That is the only basic reason why people lose money. The 99% people who lose money, they normally don't keep stop losses. Okay, they person they are emotional. They says कि नहीं मैंने लिया है तो ये ऊपर ही जाएगा. So that kind of approach is not useful in markets, to be very frankly. So then few myths about F&O trading. Normally why people don't trade in markets, I personally feel this is a myth. Okay, basically everybody, see, we are professionals, and normally let me give you another thought. Why I ask people to trade in F&O. Whenever someone meets me and asks me कि सर मैं F&O में ट्रेड करूं, तो मैं बोलता हूँ हाँ बिंदास करो भाई, if you are a CA you can do that. Why this happens? Because see, normally when I pass out my CA in 2001, the result percentage was 1%. Okay, hardly 1 or 2% people got passed in our ICA exam. So I proudly say to people, see, मैं 1-2% में pass हुआ आदमी हूँ. So I am a caliber of like that those people which have a ability to get success in what we can say so much of like group of people. So if 100% 100 people are trading and only one or two are getting success, so definitely a chartered accountant will get success because he is also habitual to get success in a 1 or 2% kind of a rate. So but after getting a professional degree, what happens is people normally says, अरे हाँ यार वो मैं SIP कर रहा हूँ 10-20 साल से, I know markets very well, okay, I know how to trade. That is a big myth. Okay, having a SIP for 20 years doesn't mean you have a knowledge of markets, to be very honestly. Okay, let me talk very bluntly with you. With some people feel that I am an investor for last 25 years, I know markets very well. That is a myth. If you see the markets on a screen, then only you will able to know what is a market is all about. Okay, so just having a SIP or having invested in 25 years, that doesn't mean you know the markets. Okay, you may be the lucky enough to have that money or wealth, but that doesn't mean you know the markets, or you doesn't mean you know how to trade. Okay, second myth is normally people say F&O trading is a gambling. Why they feel so? Because everybody has a habit of watching a business channel. 9 बजे कोई आएगा, okay, कोई stock tip देगा free में, and then I will trade on that, and suddenly they find that अरे ये तो गिर रहा है, ये तो stock गिर रहा है. But usually they give with a stop loss. Whenever you watch any business channel, they always give with the stop losses, all their recommendations. Unfortunately sometimes stop loss it, but you didn't keep it because वो जो analyst है वो आपका hero है, so you didn't keep the stop loss, and then if you lose the money you say यार ये तो gambling है यार, ये इसमें कुछ मजा नहीं है. See, let me tell you very frankly what is gambling. That Dream 11 is a gambling, I can say. All those things are a gambling because you don't know what will be the outcome. Okay, the outcome is not in your hands. But while taking a position in equity markets, or while taking a position is F&O market, I personally feel if you have your homework done properly, if you have the knowledge, so you have the data with you, you can decide what position I can take or what position I should take, and what will be the outcome of that particular transactions. Okay, so that means it is not a gambling. It is known to you, if you do this it will happen like this, or if you don't do this it will happen like this. So when the results are known to you, then I don't think F&O trading is a gambling. The only you can call it as a gambling when you are buying or selling it blindly. Okay, or normally on YouTube channel tips or Telegram channel tips, if you buy that, then it's a gambling because you don't know what will be the outcome. You have never seen any say indices, and directly you can go and you just buy the futures or you buy the options and you lost the money, then you can say it's a gambling because you don't have that knowledge, or you don't have that particular what we can say data with you, which will give you the result, or which will आप एनालाइज करोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि इसका आउटकम क्या होने वाला है. सो पर्सनली आई फील इट इज नॉट अ गैम्बलिंग, दो पीपल कॉल इट F&O is a gambling, but you can take the position after your own homework, after your own studies, okay, after your own research. So basically don't believe on any advices given by a third party. Normally do your own research, what I am doing last 17 years, and normally go with that. Definitely that will help you. Another myth is I can make huge money in F&O. As I said earlier, I have also lost money sometimes. But finally, at the end of the year, whenever my chartered accountant is filing the return, he is happy because he says, "यार Soman, तू तो थोड़ा बहुत तो पैसा बना रहा है. Okay, fine. So just pay the so and so taxes." So every year paying tax means we can make good amount of money. But usually it's a myth that you can make huge money in F&O. See, making a huge money in F&O is normally just like creating a wealth. Out of 1 lakh people, only 1 or 2 persons can create the wealth who invest in stock market. Like that, out of 1 lakh or 2 lakh traders, hardly I can say, or maybe out of 10 lakhs traders, hardly 1 or 2 have made their wealth in by trading in F&O. Because it's require also huge investment if you do the futures, and in options people feel ki premium is less, investment is less, chalo 10-20 lot buy karte hai, then it's a huge risk also sometimes. So this is also a myth that I can make huge money. See, you can make regular money in F&O, Okay, you can make little bit of money which is sufficient for you, but just don't feel any time like you will going to make huge money in F&O. That's a myth. And finally, the myth which normally all mutual fund industries also normally they speak about it, कि you don't try to time the market. Our expertise, our fund managers, they are doing the same job, they are timing the market, but usually a normal person cannot time the market. And 99% of the people they feel that they can time the market. See, let me tell you very bluntly that nobody is in the world can time the market. Okay, you can go nearby. Okay, you can go like if you go with the trend, you can able to make some good amount of, we can say, money, or you will able to get success in your trades. But timing the market is little bit different. Okay, nobody, even I personally say no, even not a mutual fund manager also he can time the market. He will also get stuck sometime, he will also get trapped sometimes in the market. So we are human beings. Okay, the thing which is not in our hand, how can you say, okay, you can time it? It is very difficult. In my opinion, it is very difficult. Okay, I am also trying for last 17 years. Still, I say ki I have a very little bit knowledge of market. See, though I am sitting in front of screen from earlier 9:55 to 3:30, now 9:15 to 3:30. Still, I feel I know only 1% of the market. Even 99% of the market I need to learn. So normally what happens is when people start F&O trading, they usually join some classes of technical analysis. And in Mumbai also, there are so many people who teach technical analysis. But I also learned technical analysis in 2006 in BSc building, the picture I earlier shown to you, where we got a 1 month course and we got the thorough knowledge from our, what we can say, teachers, our mentors. And that time, on the last lecture, one professor asked everybody, now you all are technical analysts, you have completed the course. Now, what you will do from tomorrow? And at that time in 2006, I was over enthusiastic. I said, yes, I have learned this technical analysis. So from tomorrow, I will start trading and I will make huge money. Like that was my statement in front of class at that time. And then that particular professor laughed at me. Okay, okay, sit down, sit down. I'll tell you what. So just sit down. He just laugh at me. I feel very bad actually. अरे यार, एक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट के मुंह पे हंस रहा है यार. मैं अभी बोल रहा हूँ कि कल से ट्रेड स्टार्ट करूंगा. आई हैव ऑल द नॉलेज, आई हैव इक्विप्ड विद ऑल द नॉलेज, आई हैव नो ऑल दिस व्हाट वी कैन से पैटर्न्स, ट्रेंड्स एंड ऑल दिस. कल से अभी चालू करता हूँ ट्रेडिंग एंड आई विल मेक ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ मनी. Okay, so I should not feel regret why I left the practice. I will start immediately and make the money. But finally, after some time, he came to me and he said, now I'll give you the answer, but I'll give the answer in front of entire class, not you personally. And he again moved behind and he said, okay, now let me tell you one thing. Now you all are experts, you all are technical analysts, you know all the patterns, like from candlestick to Elliott wave, everything is known to you, Fibonacci, etc., etc. But now from tomorrow, what you should do? Now from tomorrow, you should start teaching technical analysis to other people. That will give you maximum money. You will be a billionaire after some years. But if you use a technical analysis for trading, you will get less amount of money. Now, that word reminds me today also that technical analysis is a thing which one should teach and one should not use all the time, because so much of dynamics involved in market. And what usually happens is when people learn technical analysis in Mumbai also, there are big, what we can say, mentors who take their classes in five-star hotels, and the atmosphere is so much, what we can say, ekdam जबरदस्त atmosphere में वो in the hundreds of people or maybe thousands of people gathered, and they show you the chart pattern, all this. And they always say कि देखो ये signal आ जाता है, it's very simple, buy, it's very easy. And when you learn the technical analysis in those 1 or 2 days, whatever it may be, and when you start trading on Monday, and you will find that the market is like given in the bottom picture, that on actual trade, that buy and finally goodbye. Okay, so that thing also may happen. I have personally experienced this thing, hence I am sharing with you. After learning a technical analysis also, by using those methods, I have also lost a huge amount of money. So this is my own photo, you can say. I personally feel ki earlier I was very happy that it's very easy, and after that I got this kind of a result. But nevertheless, the point is why it happens like a goodbye is normally people don't keep stop losses. The only one reason why people lose money, they don't keep stop losses. Okay, so now come to the future trading. Future part, normally futures, I don't trade. Why? I will tell you. Because futures need a huge amount of capital. For Nifty, Bank Nifty, the lot size, one lot also requires a lakhs of rupees margin. And if you go to other stock specific futures, you know very well the margins are from 1 lakh to even sometimes 4 5 lakhs also for one lot. Okay, so it's a huge margin game. So I personally don't do it. But let's see what is a future trading is all about. I have traded sometimes, but not I am a usual, or we can say regular trader in futures. Can be done in specific quantity called a lot. You know very well there is a lot size. For Nifty it is nowadays 50, and for Bank Nifty it was earlier 25. Now it is 15. Two types, basically index and stock futures are available. Normally index futures and stock futures expiry is monthly. Okay, and even what we can say, we have for options now it's a weekly expiry, but futures it is a monthly expiry still. We have currency future, interest rate future also. Those who are in financial, what we can say, sector, they can trade in currency future as well as interest rate also. Commodity futures also available. I usually don't trade in commodity. I personally feel it's only what we can say, what we can say, a trading platform where people can lose money. I have never seen any person who has earned money, at least in equity, or what we can say options or index option. You will find 2 3 persons making money out of 100. In commodity, I have never seen any person who is continuously making money for last so many years. Okay, so it is very difficult, and though it is available in very small margins, and hence maximum middle class and lower middle class people got attracted to commodity futures or commodity options, because the required margin is very little. Okay, हार्डली 2 3 हजार रुपए में क्रूड का लॉट आ जाएगा, 5 हजार में मिनी लॉट आ जाएगा गोल्ड का. So the margin requirement is very less, so people tend to trade more. Okay, same in the case of currency futures also. But I usually don't trade in those platforms. I only do in equity. So need to pay margin as a percentage of contract value. So whatever the contract value is, that is a contract value means the quantity multiplied by that particular number of what we can say shares or quantity involved in that lot. That will be the total contract value, and some percentage, normally 10 to 15%, is taken as a margin while initiating the trade. Contract expiry is last Thursday of every month in case of stock and index future. As I said earlier, last Thursday is what we can say a ghamasan in market, and usually you don't know where this market will go in last 1 hour. It's a highly volatile. Normally, I personally also I avoid trading in on expiry days for last 1 hour. I usually enjoy watching markets, because at that time people will come out with their ideas, zero say hero and all those technicalities. But I usually sit and relax and watch market. I enjoy this moment, the highly volatile market. I enjoy the moment by watching. I usually don't trade in last hour of every Thursday when we have an index expiry. Okay, that is a good sign. See, if you going to trade in last hour also, sometimes you will make money, sometimes you will lose money. The problem is whatever money you will make, the what we can say loss will be always 2 3 times or 4 times more than what you are earning. So hence usually I don't trade. One should follow this what we can say method. You can avoid a complete day also, expiry day you don't trade, but I usually don't trade in last hour. That is my own tendency. Daily mark to mark in P&L adjusted in ledger. So usually whatever the losses at the end of the day or whatever the profits at the end of the day, they will added or they will deducted from your ledger. So it will get automatically adjusted. Normally current and 2 more months contract is available for trading. As I said, in Indian markets we have 3 months contracts, but normally second month and 3 months are illiquid contracts, or there is no what we can say volume. So usually simply always trade in the same month. Say now we are in November, so we have November series, December series, and January series. So people may take positions anticipating there is a fall in December. Usually we see in December last what we can say week market fall, because FIs are on leave, they are on what we can say, their Christmas mood. So usually a lot of selling done by them in between, and there is a financial year end also on 31st December for FII. So normally they close their positions, maximum they close their positions, and indirectly the effect on market is market goes down. So people anticipate that in advance, and people may take some December puts, or maybe people are short in the December futures. That also some kind of a strategy is adopted. But I personally feel we should not think right now of December what will happen. We should think first what will happen in November. That is my own view. Instead of looking ahead for December, then January, then there is a budget. Union budget is a big trade, or we can say a big trigger for markets. But usually, being an option trader, for me, a short term is a 1 day. Okay, and for we can say for short term, for my own trade, I can say for me long term is a 1 day. Means maximum I keep my position for 1 day, that is a long term, and short term means for me it is a 1 hour. Okay, short term is 1 hour, and before that also I sometimes close my positions. So that kind of a scalping or job trade, if you do, then only you will get success. That is my own experience. Usually this is our everybody's photo who are trading in markets. Okay, at 9:15 everybody is equipped with the, what we can say, tips, knowledge, and all that, what we can say, money in their pockets, in their ledger, and they feel कभी कभी तो लगता है कि अपन ही भगवान है. So as I said, we are going with the myth that I can make huge money in the market. So most of the trader have that myth, and they start at 9:15 like this. This is an ideal picture of a trader who start trading in market, that I can do anything. Okay, कभी कभी तो लगता है अपन ही भगवान है. So that picture clearly tells you that that is a psychology of a person who start trades at 9:15. I personally again feel I usually avoid trading in first 15 or 20 minutes, maybe sometimes first 30 minutes, because all this volatility in the markets will get over by 9:45, and after that market will decide where actually it wants to go. So but there is some another theory also in this. Few advise to trade in first 15-20 minutes and make some good amount of money or huge amount of money, but normally I don't do that. I usually first 15-20 minutes I am an observer. I see where the markets are moving basically. Okay, because a lot of time it will happen ki market is opening gap up, then suddenly it starts coming down, and then it goes down and down. Just I show you in the particular photo of technicals. Sometimes market opens gap down, then goes little bit of down, and suddenly there is a sharp reversal also. So you will never come to know in first 10-15 minutes where the market is heading. So though you feel you are Bhagwan and you can make huge money, you should wait at least for 10-15 minutes, let the market get settled down, and then if you trade, definitely the results will be different. Now this is a photo of again a similar trader at 2 p.m. Because already he has taken a position at 9:15, and now the position has been in complete, what we can say, he got trapped in market. And now what happens is, see, this is the psychological stage. When there is a loss and when there is a big loss, what happens is, जब तक ये खेल खत्म नहीं होगा अपन इधर ही है. Okay, so he is actually now वो थोड़ा जख्मी हो गया, इज wounded now, but still he feel कि नहीं, जब तक जान है मैं यहीं पे रहूंगा और मेरा पोजीशंस जो है उसको पॉजिटिव में लाके ही रहूंगा. That kind of a mentality a trader have. At 2 p.m. already he is in huge loss, but he don't close his positions. He personally feel that अभी भी 1.5 घंटा बाकी है, मार्केट है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, and he waits till the 3:30 what will happen. So this is also a time where we can say a trader, if stop loss has not been kept, but still मोटा मोटी एक stop loss दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि what amount you can lose in 1 day. Okay, what kind of amount you are ready to lose in 1 day, and once that amount is crossed, you should exit. If you don't exit there, then believe me, the losses will mount up. Okay, they will mount up like anything, and then you will say ki the market is gambling. But normally people don't accept their own faults. Okay, that they are waiting to get positions come into positive. Normally they don't keep stop losses. Okay, these all are emotional things. So people don't accept. See, whenever any person lose money in stock market, he will always want some person that to whom he can put the blame game चलता है. फिर यार तूने ऐसा कॉल दिया, इसके मेरे वजह से लॉस हुआ, वो टीवी वाले ने ऐसे बोला, उसका सुना, यार मेरा गलती हो गया. So nobody will say कि I am the culprit, I have not kept the stop loss, I will never accept my mistake. I always say that somebody else is responsible for my loss. Okay, that is not the correct way to trade in market. Always you have to be very, very what we can say careful, and you have to follow the principles, and you have to follow the acute discipline if you are a F&O trader. Now, this is a picture at 315 where your automatic positions get squared off. Normally, 99% people who lose money, most of them, they are trading on a discount broking platforms. Okay, we can say, I will not name them. Okay, it is not good to name them, but everybody knows who I am talking about, which particular discount brokers. Nowadays, so many apps are also growing. So many apps are available. So what happens is, I always say whenever I deliver my speech in other WRC branches also, I always ask our fellow chartered accountants who are in front of me at that time that, see, we are professionals. Okay, we have achieved this degree after a lot of efforts and lot of, we can say, efforts, and as well as a disciplined way we have studied, and we have achieved this degree. And while trading, why we everybody, like while trading or while investing, why everybody we become foolish? Okay, why we forget all these principles which we have learned while become a professional? Because still, uh, whenever I want to what we can say crack a CA exam, I will go to big classes which is having a very big fees. I want to learn F&O, I will go to a big person who is charging lakhs of rupees fees. Then you are paying so much of money for acquiring knowledge, and when you acquire the knowledge, when you trade, why you are trading on a discount broking? Why you want to trade at a discount broker? See, my own philosophy, my own mentality is, let the other person also earns, and let you earn. He will allow you to earn. So I usually don't use any discount broking kind of platform. I personally feel, let my broker also become rich, and if he will become rich, I'll also become rich. That is my own mentality, that is my own thought. So I says, if you want to drive, if you want average, okay, if you see who use these discount broking platforms, normally who wants average, और जिसको एवरेज चाहिए, he never buys a car other than Maruti, because Maruti is the highest efficient model which gives you maximum average. And the people who buy Mercedes, they don't care कितना पीती है, कितना लेती है, what is the average. Okay, so this mentality is also very, very important. Normally a lower middle class or middle class people, they have that 20 रुपए में मैं 10 लॉट लूंगा, 20 रुपए में 200 लॉट लूंगा. बट दे फॉरगेट वन थिंग, भाई 10 लॉट लोगे, 200 लॉट लोगे 20 रुपए में, द अमाउंट ऑफ लॉस यू आर इनकरिंग just because of that 20 rupees, what we can say thought process is enormous, means is a huge. Sometimes people lose entire their capital. मतलब ब्रोकरेज 20 रुपए ही गया, लेकिन पूरा कैपिटल चला गया. Why? Because they trade aggressively. See, everybody wants to become rich in one day. Everybody wants to become rich in one trade. Though the discount broking is helping you, but I personally feel person should avoid that, because what happens is, normally other brokers, they don't give you margin in F&O. As per SEBI norms, now the margin is not allowed on F&O, but still there are some discount brokers who are giving you 2 times, 3 times margin. How? I don't know. So in that case, what happens is, people tend to take maximum positions, leverage positions. मगर आपके पास 10 लॉट लेने का पैसा है, you will get 20 lots, you will buy 30 lots. And what will happen? Once you are got stuck at 9:15, you was thinking you are a bhagwan in the market, you can do anything. At 2 o'clock, you already lost your money. And at 3:15, when the position will get automatically square off, because that margin is only available for intraday, then what will happen is, नहीं बचेगा मैं इधर, मर जाएगा मैं. Okay, that is a sentence of a F&O trader. So always be careful, never take any such position which will get automatically square off at 315. You should always buy within your limits. You should always buy whatever capital you have with you, never go for leverage. See, F&O trade itself is a leverage product. F&O trade itself is a leverage product. You are giving just 10% out of that 100%. And on that also, if you are going to take 2-3 times margin, then it's a huge, we can say, problem for your trading. So this thing happened with those people. Because why I said, because see, normally what happens is when your brokerage rates are high, normally my broker charge me 100 rupees per lot. Okay, everybody surprised to hear my broker charge me 100 rupees per lot. But I know when I trade in 1 or 2 lot or maybe whatever 5 lots, I know I'm going to pay 500, I'm going to pay 200. That reminds me, okay, fine. Let me give 200, 500 to my broker. I will also going to make some at least 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 out of that. But the people nowadays, their mentality is, I want to make 5,000, but I want to give only 20 rupees. That mentality definitely affects your profitability. That is again my own, what we can say, experience after watching a few people who trade on those particular platforms. So sometimes I feel those platforms are also responsible, who actually वो बोलते हैं ना कि आपको बहकावे में लाते हैं कि भाई ज्यादा ट्रेड करो, बहुत ट्रेड करो, ब्रोकरेज बहुत कम लगेगा. नेवर कम इन दैट पर्टिकुलर इसके झांसे में मत आना कभी भी. यू जस्ट ट्रेड इन 1 or 2 lots, इट इज इनफ. दैट विल ऑल्सो गिव यू गुड अमाउंट ऑफ मनी एवरी डे. बट वो ज्यादा लॉट के लालच में people normally lose huge amount of money. That is, I have observed in last 15 years. Now, what is the risk available, or what is the risk associated to F&O like future? First is a leverage. As I already spoken, F&O itself is a leverage, because for 100 rupees contract value, you are only paying 10 or 15 rupees. So already it's a leverage. And sometimes you saw in the last week what happens with the market. Relentlessly, every day market was opening gap down, and there was a mark to mark debit, mark to mark debit, and there was a margin call also कि sir थोड़ा लाख 2 लाख रुपया भर दो, आपका मार्जिन बहुत घट गया है, मार्जिन निगेटिव में आ रहा है, अदरवाइज वी हैव टू क्लोज योर पोजीशंस, वी हैव टू कट स्क्वायर ऑफ योर पोजीशंस. तो वो लीवरेज के कारण होता है. ओके, सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल while trading in future. Don't take over position. That will definitely going to harm you. See, because if you see, you will find that out of that is my own again survey, that out of 250 days in a year when market is trading, because though we have 365 days, but 150 days are in holidays, like Saturday, Sunday market don't run, and other 5 days are only available. So 52 weeks and 5 days market, and there are again some holidays. So in that 250 days, you will find that market is down only for say 50 to 60 days. Most of the time you will find that market is up for 190 days, 180 days, 175 days, market is up. Still losses are huge. Why? Because this 60 days, it overall, if you take the cumulative total, the point wise market is fallen much more sometimes. ओके, सो 1-2 दिन में मार्केट जो गिरता है, वो वापिस रिकवरी आने में, कवर करने में हफ्तों लग जाते हैं, कभी कभी महीनों लग जाते हैं. So whenever you want to move ahead 1,000 points in Nifty, you will find it will take say 2 months, 3 months. Nowadays it may be 15 days or 20 days or maybe 1 month. But while falling 1,000 points, you will find that it is in 1 or 2 days also. In COVID time, we saw there was a lower circuit, 1,000 points Nifty was down. Then in Ukraine and Russia war, we saw that within 2 days Nifty fall by 700-800 points. Again in that Hamas recent Israel war, we saw Nifty open gap down by 300-350 points, and then total 500-700 points in just a matter of 1 day or 2. So market volatility is nowadays is a very very big concern, very very big risk nowadays. So you have to take into consideration all these points while taking any trade or while trading in market, because market will be volatile. You never know what will happen when there is a Fed meet. What will happen? Whether Fed will increase the rate. If Fed will increase the rate, US will collapse. If US will collapse, automatically we will open gap down. See, all these are linkages. Okay, so even myself, I always in late night I saw where the Dow Jones is going, because I have to see, because I am a trader, so I have to look forward to all those what the global markets are doing, and accordingly I have to position myself for next day. So this is also effort. See, a practicing CA gives 8 to 10 hours daily in his office. As an active trader, I have to give 4-5 hours more in night also to study myself, to study entire market. Okay, to study the what we can say, what the indices and stocks are doing. So it's a फुल टाइम अफेयर. ओके, इट इज नॉट लाइक कि भाई आज मैंने डिसाइड किया कल से ट्रेड करूंगा एंड आई स्टार्टेड ट्रेडिंग एंड आई मेक मनी. ऐसा नहीं होता मार्केट में, बिकॉज मार्केट इज वोलाटाइल. Every time it is not possible that market will behave in a such manner where you are expecting, like as per your expectation market will never move. Okay, then sometimes news which affect underlying asset, we saw sometimes the results are very bad of some companies, and then company that particular stock opens 10% down circuit. These things happens. Okay, and if you are long on particular what we can say future, then just imagine what will be the amount of huge losses. In pharma sector you will find sometimes suddenly some news comes कि US what we can say FDA some observations and फलाना फलाना वो सब चीज आ जाती है, and then the stock corrects by a huge what we can say margin. So everywhere there is a risk, bad results, US FDA what we can say for pharma sector. In banking also sometimes some rate hike news. So everywhere any news comes in which affect the underlying asset, will affect the underlying indices or a stock, definitely the what we can say effect is much bigger than anticipated. So that is also a very big risk in while carrying the positions. I usually myself I don't carry positions for next day being an option trader, but those who are carrying positions for next day or maybe for next week or maybe for entire month, this definitely will affect your what we can say profitability, because you never know what will happen next day. Then trading risk like a drop in value. As I said, if the market fall, if the particular stock or index is open gap down, a very big what we can say drop in value will call a margin. Definitely broker will call you for margin, and then if your margin is not available, your position gets squared off immediately. That usually everybody knows that margin call, and if you fail to adhere the margin call, if you fail to make the payment in time, your position will be squared off in a big loss. So that is also a risk, a trading risk. Okay, margin shortfall auto square off in margin call. As I already said ki margin call is also a very dangerous phenomenon. And then auto square off, as I was discussing earlier, people tend to have some more positions, more leverage positions, and then at 315 those positions get automatically squared off. Just imagine if you have bought only one lot and suppose there is a loss, but still if you can make the mark to mark, you can able to hold a particular lot. Loss काटना नहीं पड़ेगा आपको. You can carry forward in future also. There is a good what we can say rollover option is available, that you can roll over your things for next month also. You can continue to hold till it comes in profit. That is a possible. But if you have taken a maximum lots, then auto square off will lead to huge losses. Greed and fear leads to heavy loss. As I said, ki normally what happens ki when people they have to be disciplined in booking profits as well as they have to be disciplined in booking losses. At both the places, our Indian mentality is not working very well, because whenever I see my positions are going up, I feel greedy कि अभी थोड़ा और ऊपर जाने दो, अभी थोड़ा और ऊपर जाने दो, then I will sell. Let me earn some big amount of profits in that particular what we can say time, एंड आई वेट फॉर मोर. वो बोलते हैं ना पेप्सी का टैगलाइन, दिल ये मांगे मोर. ओके, सो आई वांट मोर एंड मोर प्रॉफिट, सो आई विल वेट. बट नॉर्मली व्हाट हैपेंस इज सडनली दैट स्टॉक फॉल्स और सडनली इंडेक्स फॉल्स एंड योर प्रॉफिट इज नोवेयर. लाइक कुछ जो भी मेरे को 2-5 हजार का प्रॉफिट दिख रहा था, within 5 minutes it happened like that 5,000 is gone. Now I am in a loss of 1,000. That also happens sometimes. Market is so volatile. एंड समटाइम फियर ऑफ नॉट बुकिंग लॉसेस, कि अभी 5,000 का लॉस है तो आई विल नॉट गोइंग टू बुक द लॉसेस, आई विल वेट. अरे अभी एक्सपायरी में तो पूरा मंथ पड़ा है. तो सोमन क्या बोलता है, ऐसा थोड़ी होता है ना, हम लोग एक महीना खड़े रहते हैं. तो दैट टुडे 5,000 लॉस विल बिकम टुमारो 20,000 बिकॉज द स्टॉक इज गोइंग डाउन. अनदर डे इट बिकम्स 35,000 बिकॉज स्टॉक इज गोइंग मोर डाउन. बट यू विल से नहीं नहीं अभी तो पूरा महीना पड़ा है, आई विल वेट, माई एक्सपायरी इज ऑन 30th of November, सो आई विल वेट. ऐसा नहीं होता भाई. इफ द स्टॉक इज गोइंग डाउन एंड डाउन, दैट मीन्स he can wipe off your entire precious capital. So sometimes greed and fear of what, not booking losses in time also lead to है. आज अगर आप 5,000 का लॉस बुक करोगे तो there is a another opportunity, you can make money next day also. बट वो 5,000 का लॉस बुक नहीं करोगे तो नेक्स्ट डे इट हैज टू बिकम at 15,000. that one line always keep in mind. And finally, a risk of unlimited loss. As I said, if there is a lower circuit continuously, there is a lower circuit and the stock is in F&O, you will not get exit. Okay. And if you will not get exit, then the losses will be unlimited. So risk of unlimited loss is always there. You never know what will be the amount of loss. So though all these things are there, but now what is the opportunity? Every coin has two sides. Let's talk about opportunity also quickly for future trades. For professional trader, leverage is a gift. As I said, if you are a professional trader, now professional trader means we all are professionals. That doesn't mean we are professional trader. Professional traders are normally, as I said, who do proper discipline way of trading. Okay, who proper keep stop losses, who book their profits, who trail their stop losses. So they are professional traders. Okay, they know what to do. So for them, leverage is a gift. Okay, if they are following the principles, if they are following the discipline, then for them leverage is a gift. If they are able to do the trading very well, they can have 2-3 times position also. That will increase their profitability. So for them, it is a gift, not for everybody. In case of future, you have 1 month, 2 month, 3 month expiry, so you can hold. No need to exit in panic. As I said, if there is a fall in market, suppose there are some people who are long from say 19,850 on 20,000 odd, and now the Nifty has come down to 18,850. Still people are saying कि no problem, 1,000 point का है ना, 50,000 का नुकसान है एक लॉट के पीछे. I will add some mark to mark money and I will hold it that, because I know इंसान हो या निफ्टी, आखिर में ऊपर ही जाना है, तो कभी ना कभी तो ऊपर जाएगा. So that kind of what we can say thinking also helps future traders sometimes, but you have to be very careful in that. एक दिन तो ऊपर जाना है, but when that day will come, that is not known to anybody. So you have to be careful. But still, there is a possibility, unlike option trade, that you can carry forward your position from month on month by paying margin. No doubt about it, you have to pay margins, but you can hold that position, which is not possible in option trade. ओके, सो नो नीड टू एग्जिट इन पैनिक. ये भी दिन जाएंगे, अच्छे दिन आएंगे. ऑलवेज वी आर होपिंग फॉर द बेस्ट. Volatile markets can give you maximum opportunity to enter, exit, and take benefit of lot size. See, what will happen is, as I said, volatility is good for market. Sometimes it is bad for market. Okay, so if you are a professional trader, then this opportunity to enter, exit, and take benefit of lot size. So as I said, myself, I am doing a job trades, or maybe a scalper, I am doing a scalping, like just to get out in 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes out of that trade. So then the lot size will definitely help me. Okay, one can buy 10 lots also of Nifty, say 500 quantity, and immediately in 7-8 points or 9 points they can get exit. फटाफट 4-5 हजार रुपए आ जाएगा, मेरा दिन का टारगेट हो गया. I can close my screen. That thing can possible. Okay, but you have to be professional, and the market also has to move in the same direction where you are taking a position. 10 पॉइंट नीचे भी जाएगा तो 10 लॉट में 5,000 का लॉस भी हो सकता है. Okay, so but normally what happens is you can take the benefit of that particular, or sometime it happens ki there are some stock futures where the lot size is big, like REC having a 8,000. Okay, PFC is 7,500. So big lot sizes, ONGC, L&T Finance. So where if you have proper knowledge of that particular stock, you just buy the one lot only and just get out at 1 or 2 rupees difference. The huge amount of money can be made. Again, the second coin of the side is, if it fall by 1-2 rupees, big amount of losses will be also there. But you have to be careful. Like loss, profits are also unlimited, because just say, as I said earlier, in futures losses are unlimited, but the profits are also unlimited if your trade is on the right side or with the trend. If you are going with the trend, then your profits are also unlimited. This is the opportunity. Okay, and if you are able to maintain your what we can say psychology, and if you are able to maintain your discipline, then profits are also unlimited sometimes. But sometimes, and not all the time, sometimes if you are going with the trend. Normally I say trend is my friend should be the slogan of every trader. If you will not go by trend, definitely you are not going to make the money. And if you are doing jobbing, then nothing like it, because here what will happen is you will always find that in jobbing what happens is usually people have some accurate info. If they have accurate info, if have studied the particular script or particular index very well, then you can wait for what we can say bigger gains. Otherwise, if you are doing jobbing like me, nothing like it. Like keep a small stop loss, keep a small profit target, and definitely one way or the other market will go, and you will get the success. There was one rule actually in September 2022, like it's September from 2021 onwards, it has came. And earlier, as I said, SEBI came out with the what we can say rule that now the margin will not be available for an F&O trader, and that's why this picture is very important. Everybody knows which picture is this. And वो बोलते ना कि वो दिन में जब ये रूल आया था, so at that time reminded me this like सामने वाला बोलता है मेरे पास बिल्डिंग है, प्रॉपर्टी है, बैंक बैलेंस है, बंगला है, घर है, क्या है तुम्हारे पास? ओके, सो आई से मेरे ब्रोकर के पास क्रेडिट बैलेंस है और प्लेज में माल है. Okay, so only these two things are enough for me to trade in F&O at that time. So that picture I sent to my friends also at that time कि देखो भाई, मेरे पास तो मेरे क्रेडिट पे बैलेंस पड़ा है और मेरे प्लेस में माल पड़ा है थोड़ा इक्विटी का. So I can avail the what we can say margin, and I can trade good in my F&O trades. So this is also a very funny picture, but definitely nowadays, as I said, ki margin rules are very very difficult. They are going to be very very difficult in future also, that it will be squeezed. See why these rules are coming, basically that to the people who are trading. See, if 99% of the people they are losing money, then what the hell they are doing in markets? And just to curtail their number, SEBI is coming with such type of rule, because ज्यादा करके जो आते हैं वो 10-20 हजार रुपया 50 हजार रुपया लगाते हैं, and they buy a stock like what we can see Reliance and all that 5 lakhs 10 lakhs का माल उठाते हैं. जो उन लोगों को मार्केट से बाहर करने के लिए सेबी एंड ऑल एक्सचेंजेस आर कमिंग विद दिस सच टाइप ऑफ रूल, मतलब उनका नुकसान ना हो. बिकॉज 20-30 हजार रुपया लेके आएंगे मार्केट में, ट्रेड करेंगे, लॉस करेंगे, मतलब नहीं है. ओके, जस्ट हेंस दे आर कमिंग विद दिस स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स कि भाई आपके पास मार्जिन अच्छा खासा होना चाहिए, विच नॉर्मली लोअर मिडिल क्लास पीपल डोंट हैव, बट स्टिल दे वांट टू ट्रेड इन F&O. सो उनके लिए ये रूल लाया गया था, जस्ट टू मतलब उनको ट्रेडिंग से थोड़ा हटाने के लिए. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली यू विल फाइंड दैट द नंबर ऑफ ट्रेडर्स नाउ डे बाय डे दे आर इंक्रीजिंग, जस्ट लाइक SIP अकाउंट्स आर इंक्रीजिंग. F&O traders are also day by day increasing thanks to all these discount brokers. Now come to the option trading, which I personally do. Okay, I personally like it. I personally am doing this for last many years. Why I like option? Just see what is the beauty of options is. It's available in two sets, call and puts. Expiry of index option weekly on every Thursday. As I said, ki Khelo India Khelo hai every Thursday. Thursday you will find Nifty. Now Bank Nifty is on Wednesday, Fin Nifty on Tuesday. So every indices nowadays you will find some expiry. So market will be every day there will be volatility persist. So you have to trade accordingly. You have to keep in mind all this stuff while entering into the option trade. For stock option, we have monthly expiry last Thursday. Just like index option, as I said, there is a weekly expiry. But for stock option, if you go for say for example Reliance or yeah HDFC Bank हो, Axis Bank हो, like suppose, okay, or maybe TCS or Infosys, like all these large cap, normally people trade in stock option like this. So उनका expiry होगा last Thursday of the month for options. But for indices, that is Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, you will find every Thursday they expires. Okay, the contract expires. Normally option is a hedging instrument, but now people trade in options. See, usually options means what? Basically, it's a hedging instrument. Like if you have a big portfolio, it's in crores of rupees. If you are having a big chunk, then you can hedge your portfolio by using the option strategies just to safeguard yourself and to like what we can say reduce your losses. Because whenever the market falls, like we saw that 20,200 say 18,850 मार्केट आ गया, तो बहुत जन का पोर्टफोलियो भी बहुत डाउन हुआ रहेगा. ओके, 10% 20% में भी. सो at that time, suppose they have bought some puts, okay, maybe index puts or maybe stock puts, definitely their losses could have been reduced comparatively. So it's a hedging instrument nowadays. But in that also now people start using different strategies like straddle, triangle, butterfly. See, I usually don't do these strategies. I personally feel, see, why I tell you my own experience, I will share what I personally feel. My view is I want to make money, hence I'm trading in options. Now in options itself is a hedging instrument. What is a hedging instrument? Basically means your loss will be limited if you do those strategies, straddle, triangle, butterfly. What this means, your losses will be minimum, your profits will be also like a minimum, like not huge profits in those strategies. So I personally feel I'm here to make good amount of money, then I should be go for naked options. Like personally, I do naked options. I don't do any hedging for my buying or selling. So usually it's a hedging instrument, but in that also people hedge themselves. वो बोलते ना स्ट्रैडल वगैरह में कि बाय 980 कॉल एंड सेल 1000 कॉल, सो दैट विल लिमिट योर प्रॉफिट्स, दैट विल लिमिट योर लॉसेस वगैरह वगैरह. आई डोंट पर्सनली डू दैट. आई से कि भाई मुझे अगर लग रहा है कि मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा, स्टॉक ऊपर जाएगा, तो आई विल डेफिनेटली बाय 980 का कॉल एंड आई विल नॉट गोइंग टू सेल 1000 का कॉल. आई विल ओनली बाय 980 कॉल एंड आई विल मेक मनी. So that is my own mentality, that is my own strategy. But people usually do this kind of hedging strategies also, like straddles, triangle, butterfly, and it's okay. 3 leg, 4 leg, 5 leg. Like I have only what we can say 2 legs, so I do only simple strategy. So jokes apart, but normally I never understand. Like basically, see, if you want to do that strategies, then you have to be very very careful. You should you must have other things, other knowledges also. The knowledges of theta, gamma, beta, alpha, all this knowledge also you should have. Then only you can go for this triangle and straddle. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand these strategies. My personal thinking. So why people do options like me? Because it's a limited capital requirement. अपना भाई 50,000 लाख 2 लाख रुपए में काम हो जाता है, उसमें अपना गुजारा हो जाता है, अच्छा खासा प्रॉफिट भी बन जाता है. So no need to put a huge amount of capital unlike in futures. Okay. In PMS also 50 lakhs rupees now a ticket size. So अगर 50 लाख है तो भाई मैं ऑप्शन क्यों करूंगा? Then I will definitely do the equity. Nobody will come in the options with 50 lakhs or 25 lakhs. But 1 2 lakhs is enough for trade. That will also give you good amount of returns. ROI is always good in options. Then unlike future premium, here the option premium goes down as the day passes. Why? Because you know very well there is a premium includes intrinsic value and time value. That is the difference between the underlying asset strike price and current market price is the intrinsic value, and time value is the value till expiry. So as the expiry comes near, that value of premium will goes down very fast. So what I do personally in first 2 weeks, I am very much aggressive in markets because I know I can buy in the money calls, I can make good amount of money. No doubt I am putting stop losses also. But in the third week, what will happen is always be careful, listen carefully. Like in third week, what happens is dramatically your time value reduces because only 1 week left. And nowadays, you know, there is a rule of SEBI also that in the last week you cannot trade in the money calls because you need a full margin. So you can trade in the money calls only for 3 weeks. Fourth week, like expiry week, you have to trade in out of the money or maybe next month options. In the money call, if you want to buy, in the money put, if you want to buy, you have to give the full margin, which is not possible for option trader. So in third week, usually you find that huge volatility in the market. And my own experience is also whenever I lost money in market, it's a third week. First week, second week, fourth week is good for me. Always I make good money. But in third week, usually I lose money because if I take precaution also, my stop losses get hit. Okay. So third week is very risky. Normally I ask people, my friends, don't trade in third week or trade very what we can say in minimum quantity in third week because a lot of what we can say time value erosion comes in the third week. Third week is good for writers. Third week is good for writers. Those who are writers, option writers means who are selling options. Third week is good for them because easy money and fast money can be made in third week because option premium are going down very fast. Okay, but for buyers, it's a very dangerous. So always first, second week and fourth week is a good for a trade where you can make good amount of money. As I said earlier, this is a picture where one must see, as I said, why 99% of the people lose money. all what we can say persons are very good, all are professional, all are chartered accountants, doctors, advocates, and all those engineers and all MBA specialist people. But still, why they lose money? Because लड़का ट्रेडर तो अच्छा है पर स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाता मासी. Oh, hey Ram. So that also a very funny picture I have brought for you. That the picture Sholay, everybody must know this. The scene, it's a very nice scene actually. Amitabh Bachchan always prays for his Viru in a different language. Okay, means he want to say he is very bad, but he's saying as he's not so bad. He's not so bad. He's not so bad. So, but if you want to trade in F&O, if you really want to make good money, always keep in mind you have to keep a stop loss. That is the only success mantra to earn money in markets as a trader, as an option trader. Okay, so लड़का तो अच्छा है पर स्टॉप लॉस नहीं लगाता, तो फिर वो कोई भी होने दो, अमिताभ बच्चन होने दो, धर्मेंद्र होने दो, कोई भी होने दो, he will never going to make money in market. और सुमन सर भी होने दो, we will never going to make money in markets. Okay, if no stop loss is kept, then what will happen? 3 गुना नुकसान भरना पड़ेगा. एज आई सेड अर्लियर कि पीपल दे डोंट बुक लॉसेस ऑफ से 5,000 इन अ डे बिकॉज दे फील कि देर इज एक्सपायरी, लॉन्ग एक्सपायरी, 30 नवंबर को एक्सपायरी है. आज तो हम लोग फर्स्ट वीक में है, 2 नवंबर है, 4 नवंबर है, 5 नवंबर है, स्टिल 25 days आर देयर. So they don't keep stop losses, and suddenly you will find that market is going down for a day 1, day 2, day 3. Day by day market is going down, day by day that option premium is also going down. Then what will happen? If you don't keep stop losses, okay, if no stop loss is kept, 3 गुना नुकसान भरना पड़ेगा. जो भी आपका कैपिटल आपने डाला है, the 75% of the capital may wipe off also within a very short span of time. Okay, so always keep in mind कि if you don't keep stop losses, what will happen? Otherwise, always keep stop losses. That will save you from big losses. Now, what is the risk associated with this? Okay, with this particular option trade, what is the risk associated? When you buy any option, risk is limited. Okay, fine. One thing is good for us, that risk is limited, unlike future. Future में तो unlimited risk है when you buy, but here risk is limited to the value of premium paid by you. And if you sell any option, that is if you are option writer, then losses may be unlimited like futures. अगर आपने कोई चीज 4 रुपए में बेच दी एंड वो 4 का 40 हो गया, देन द लॉसेस आर अनलिमिटेड. ओके, हाँ, पर आप 4 रुपए में आपने कोई चीज खरीदी है, यू हैव बॉट बाय पेइंग अ 4 रुपीज प्रीमियम, योर लॉस इज 4 रुपीज ओनली. वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा जीरो हो जाएगा लास्ट डे में, उससे ज्यादा घटेगा नहीं, उससे ज्यादा कम नहीं होगा. सो माई लॉसेस आर लिमिटेड इफ आई बाय द ऑप्शन. बट इफ आई राइट द ऑप्शन, 4 रुपए में मैंने बेचा और वो 4 का 40 हो गया एंड आई नेवर केप्ट स्टॉप लॉस एज यूजुअल, देन द लॉसेस आर अनलिमिटेड. 4 का 400 भी हो सकता है. You must have saw in bank nifty call options. Nifty call options also sometime it happens. 2 रुपए का 100 रुपया भी हो सकता है, 5 रुपए का 500 रुपया भी हो सकता है. रेयरली इट हैपन्स, बट मैंने देखा है बहुत बार ऐसे होते हुए. सो आई जस्ट थिंक एट दैट टाइम कि अरे राइटर का क्या हुआ रहेगा, जिसने 5 में बेचा है, 500 तक चला गया, स्टॉप लॉस नहीं रखा, क्या हुआ होगा? A huge losses. Okay, but it happens very rarely, not every Thursday. But this thing can happen in market, you have to remember. Okay, possibility is there always. As the day passes, the time value get reduced from the premium, hence it becomes difficult to trade. जैसे मैंने बोला, third week is very risky. The premium goes down very dramatically fast, so it is very difficult to trade. Because अभी अभी मैंने लिया 20 रुपए में और 2 मिनट में 5 मिनट में 20 का 18 हो गया, 18 का प्रीमियम 16 हो गया. अरे स्टॉप लॉस कहाँ लगाओ करते करते 14 हो गया. So it fallen like anything. In third week, normally, usually market, you will find that though market is volatile or not, but the premiums are getting reduced. So buyer gets into difficulty. राइटर के लिए इट्स अ गुड टाइम, 20 का 14 हो जाए तो 6 रुपए इमीडिएटली मिल जाए तो कवर भी कर दे. बट बायर के लिए थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट रहेगा इन ट्रेड at such time. So you have, as I said, first 2 weeks are always good for option buyers because huge, what we can say, liquidity also there. In the money calls में अच्छा पैसा बन सकता है if you are in the right direction. But again same thing, if you don't keep stop losses, first 2 week में भी आपका लॉस हो सकता है. It is not like you will going to every day you will going to make money. If you don't keep stop losses, losses are inherent. Okay, don't forget that. Lack of volume, if you are choosing out of the money options, though they are very cheap. Okay. See, I came across one chartered accountant a few months ago. He met me in one seminar where I have delivered the lecture, and he says कि सर मैंने आज तक आपका मैंने लेक्चर सुना, काफी अच्छा लगा, बट आज तक मैंने जो भी ऑप्शन में ट्रेड किया मैंने लॉस ही किया है. Okay, recently I went to Ratnagiri branch where one CM met me and he said कि सर मैंने जब भी ज्यादा ट्रेड तो किया नहीं ऑप्शन में भी, जब भी किया है मैंने लॉस ही किया है, पर अभी आज मुझे पता चला मेरा लॉस क्यों होता है. The reason was he was always buying the out of the money calls. What is the out of the money? What is the OTM options means? Like say for example, again I am giving you example. Suppose for example, now the say Axis Bank is quoting at say 985 for example. It is, I'm just giving you out of the money example. Axis Bank is currently quoting as 985. So we are in the first or second week of what we can say expiry. There are still 3 weeks to go. What that chartered accountant do is he buys 1100 call. Why? Because it is available at 2 rupees. Okay, means share price is going on 985 and he is buying 1100 call or he is buying 1080 call. 100 rupees जो price अभी तक दूर है वो call वो buy करना चाहता है. Why? Just for the sake of it is available in 2 rupees. तो सर मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट बहुत छोटा है, 2 रुपया है, लॉट साइज इज 625, सो माई इन्वेस्टमेंट इज 1200 ओनली, 1250 ओनली, एंड अगर ये 2 रुपए का 10 रुपया हो गया तो माई 600 विल बिकम 3000. See, that kind of a mentality will never helps you in making money in options, because 985 is going on, you are buying an option, what we can say strike price of 1100, though it is at 2 rupees. That ultimately means you are expecting that on 30th November, that is the last day of the expiry, Axis Bank has to be 1102. If you are expecting like this, then it's okay, but it is not so easy. Okay, it is not so easy. So it is called what? They are losing money because they are buying always out of the money. Abhi TCS चालू है 3350, people are buying 3600 calls. People are buying 3700 calls. Why? Because they are available at 5 rupees, 10 rupees. What is this? This will never going to make you money. Okay, this will never going to give you profits in markets. So always buy in the money call. So whenever suppose next day I want to buy, on Monday suppose I want to buy Axis Bank, what I will do, I will buy maximum 980 call, or maybe I will buy 1000 call if it will be gap up and Axis Bank will open at 995 or 990 up or plus, I'll buy 1000 call if I believe Axis Bank will go above 1000. Okay, this is just an example I am giving. This is not a trading call or trading tip I am giving you to go and buy Axis Bank. This is just for the sake of understanding. I am telling you that what options you should buy if you are going to buy. Okay, not the OTMs. That will never, because investment is less. And then what happens? The most funniest part of this is people buy 10 lots. 6000 क्वांटिटी लिया है मैंने 2 रुपए में, 12000 का इन्वेस्टमेंट है. आई पर्सनली फील ये 2 रुपए का 10 रुपया होगा तो मेरा 6000 का 30,000 हो जाएगा. 20 रुपया होगा तो मेरा 6000 का 60,000 हो जाएगा. This kind of a foolish mentality persists in many traders, and hence they buy huge quantity of out of the money, and they got stuck and their money becomes zero. So this is also a big risk. Okay, you have to be very very careful while choosing the strike price also. Normally I feel in the money and at the money calls or puts are always good to trade, that will give you money, not out of the money. Okay, out of the money is good for writing. वो आप 2 रुपए में बेचो, पूरा 2 रुपए आपका हो जाएगा. Okay, entire 2 rupees is yours. So normally writers earns money because they sell out of the money calls and puts. Liquidity gets over slowly during the month, especially after 15 day every month. जैसे मैंने बोला, third week is always dangerous, and the liquidity also get reduced. So उसमें जो वॉल्यूम होता है वो भी बहुत सारा कम हो जाता है, तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. कभी कभी स्प्रेड थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है, मीन्स बायर इज एट 2 rupees, सेलर इट इज एट 4 rupees, और बायर में भी एट 15 rupees, सेलर इज एट 17-18 rupees. सो तो स्प्रेड भी बड़ा हो जाता है बायर सेलर में, तो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू ट्रेड इन दैट केस, बिकॉज अगर आपको बाय करना है तो आपको 18 में बाय करना होगा, आपको बेचना है तो 15 में जाएगा. ओके, तो ये थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट सिनेरियो हो जाता है. सो हेंस you have to be very careful after 15th of every month, especially when you are going to buy the options. And finally, the risk associated is unlike future, option becomes zero at the end of the month, so entire money invested is lost. So यहाँ पे there is no rollover facilities available, unlike available in the futures, where you can just pay the margin and you can roll over your positions. Option में rollover positions are not possible. Option में your option will become zero at the end of the day if it doesn't cross it strike price. Okay, so this is the risk associated. Still, I personally feel this is an opportunity. Why? Now listen. Hedging will help you to minimize your losses. Definitely, जैसे मैंने बोला कि I am not fond of hedging, but yes, people are making good money by using the straddle, strangle, butterfly strategies also. Some people are making good amount of money. So hedging will definitely minimize your losses and it will help you to make money also. So it's an opportunity for traders. Jobbers or intraday traders like me can take maximum benefit. As I said, I don't carry my positions for next day. Saturday, Sunday, I enjoy. Now currently I am watching cricket matches. I am playing cricket also every day regularly. So I come back at 9 o'clock and then I sit in front of TV. So at the age of 50 also I am playing every day tennis cricket. So why? Because it gives me immense pleasure. Okay, see, whenever we sit in front of our screen, we should be happy. Okay, while in the morning I play 1.5 hour or 2 hours sometimes, that gives me mental strength and that gives me happiness. And then if I start my work, definitely my day is good. कभी क्रिकेट नहीं खेलूंगा तो आई फील वेरी सैड, अरे यार आज खेला नहीं मैं, then I have no mood to trade in markets also. So that is my habit. So whenever, see, we also go to office, we are always in a good mood, so अपना काम भी थोड़ा फटाफट हो जाता है. वो अभी फाइलिंग वाइलिंग करने का था 31 अक्टूबर, देन 30th September. So if we are in good mood, our work speed is also get increases. बहुत से सीए मैंने ठाणा में भी देखे, दे यूजुअली हैव सम म्यूजिक इन देयर ऑफिस इन द इवनिंग. वो म्यूजिक सुनते सुनते अपना काम करते हैं. सो दैट इज अ गुड हैबिट. Okay, I also listen some songs while trade in market, so that your mood always keep fresh. Okay, refreshing of your mood is also very important when you trade in market, because ऐसा mood डाल के बैठेंगे, अरे यार अभी ये क्या हो गया, पोजीशन तो लिया है, अच्छी यार. If you put your shoulders down, then definitely nobody can win. Okay, in cricket match also we see that if you put your shoulders down, then winning that particular match is become very very difficult. You have to be energetic, you have to be agile. Okay, you have to be on your toes. So always jobbers and intraday traders, they can take maximum benefit. And as I said, your mood also should be फ्रेश इनफ. ओके, थोड़ा फ्रेश मूड में आप अगर ट्रेड करोगे तो इट्स गुड, बिकॉज इन साइकोलॉजी आई विल डिस्कस लेटर ऑन. इफ योर मूड इज नॉट देयर, ओके, सम सैड न्यूज और सम बैड न्यूज इज कमिंग, और कुछ ऐसी वैसी घटना हो गई, सो एट दैट डे आई पर्सनली ऑल्सो अवॉइड ट्रेडिंग. कभी किसी के फ्यूनरल में जाना पड़े, okay, then at that time our mood is different. Actually, it is not good. At that time I personally avoid trading. Why? Because my mood is not, I'm not able to focus, so better avoid trades. Okay, that also relates to your psychology. तो इसके लिए that will discuss later on investor psychology. But just one point, that if your mood is also should be good, then only it will help you to make some good money in markets. Then unlimited profits if your trade is on the right side. As I said कि if my trade is proper, then I can make good amount of money. अगर मैं लॉन्ग हूँ, जैसे मैंने बोला कि अगर मैं लॉन्ग जाना चाहता हूँ एंड मार्केट इज गोइंग अप, then definitely it will give me good amount of money. So but for that your studies should be prompt. Your entire database, whatever you have, whatever what we can say tools you are using for your own studies, they should be proper and you should be apt to that particular studies. And then only again market is supreme. Okay, market can come with some other situation in front of you, though you are equipped with all the knowledges, but still that will give you some idea how to handle that particular situation if your knowledge is proper. So many people buy options as limited investment and limited risk into bracket what they think. As I said ki that is what personally we feel कि हम लोग जो बोलते हैं ना कि मार्केट में समटाइम इट हैपन्स कि पीपल से कि इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिटेड है. ओके, इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिटेड है, तो व्हाट विल हैपन इज इन्वेस्टमेंट लिमिटेड है करके भी कोई लोग ऑप्शन ट्रेड करना चाहते हैं. They want to trade in options because risk is limited, because limited premium is required. But always be careful that limited premium also can be wiped off. Okay, मतलब though it's an opportunity, no doubt about this, but usually don't feel always like this कि भाई limited risk है तो मेरा loss होगा ही नहीं. Loss हो सकता है, but okay, if you buy with the proper studies, and as I said, if you are prompt enough to what we can say change your strategy also, if you put right stop losses, then it's an opportunity for you to make money in options. Then sometimes many people sell options, and most of the time they end up making money as premium is collected by selling an option, but it requires huge margin per lot. Now, as I said, why I'm not writing the options, because like futures, option writer also needs huge amount of capital. ओके, अगर मुझे एक लॉट बेचना है, इट रिक्वायर्स वन लॉट निफ्टी मार्जिन. सो मिनिमम 1 lakh रुपया इज नीड इफ आई वांट टू सेल any what we can say option. So hence option writing is also done by those people who are having a big capital. Okay, normally FIs are doing much more, but normally for an ordinary person, writing options is not so easy. Or otherwise, if you have a portfolio with you, 40-50 lakh का portfolio है, if you place that, then you can able to write the options. Okay, then it is very simple to write the options. But as I said, my mentality is not of writer, I am a buyer, so I usually don't do it. But the real fact is, the people who sell options or people who write options usually end up making good amount of money. Okay, that is a reality. Means whatever those 2-3% people who are making money, of that 2-3%, I think personally 90% of them are writers. Only 10% are them who are option buyers, they are making money. Otherwise, most of the time, writer will make money. And finally, if you really follow the discipline, if you really what we can say put your stop losses intact, if you really keep booking profits in time, you are not greedy, then definitely you can build this type of a house. This house is at Badlapur. I have saw this particular building where that owner has kept the name Share Market Chick Rupa. Like he has earned so much of money that out of that money he has built this particular bungalow, and he has given a name Share Market Chick Rupa. So if you do options very well, definitely you can also build such type of a bungalow at your native place or at your place. Okay, now remember a few last points before we close this session. Like F&O is good or best if you have detailed knowledge and you are trading professionally. PCR is the key. Let me tell you very frankly, I am not following any candlestick pattern. I am not using at all a technical analysis for my own trade. I only track PCR. PCR is a put call ratio. Okay, put call ratio means at a given point of time, how many put writers are there and how many call writers are there, where they are stood up. ओके, कहाँ पे पुट राइटर खड़ा है, कहाँ पे कॉल राइटर खड़ा है, accordingly market normally moves. Okay, and I check personally PCR after every 10 to 15 minutes because it changes very frequently. So I keep on tracking this PCR for my own trades, and if I find that PCR is improving, I am a buyer in index. If that PCR is going down, I am just sitting aside. Normally, I can short also, but I don't like to short. So if the PCR is going down, I usually set aside. I keep aside. I just sit, relax, and I wait. I wait till that PCR is start again improving. So my what we can say success mantra to earn money in option is just if you are an index buyer and seller, index option buyer and seller, PCR is the only key. There is no candlestick pattern, there is no other pattern, anything will help you to make money. Only PCR will help you to because it will give you the proper way. Okay, it will give you the proper knowledge where this market is heading. Okay, PCR is you will find that technicals also nowadays. I attended one session also of one per big what we can say mentor in Mumbai. He charges nearly 80,000 to 90,000 for teaching a technical analysis. I also attended just to check what I have learned in 2006, whether the concepts are same or concepts are revising or concepts are changed. Then I found after that same sessions, the concepts are still same what I have learned in 2006. But the I what like about that mentor is he very honestly taught those technical, and he honestly said that 60% of the time technicals will go right. See, what I like about that mentor is he speak very honestly. He told everybody that 60% of the time technicals work accurately. 40% of the time, okay, 40% of the time, uh, you will find that 40% of the time technical may go wrong. That is a fake background or whatever it may be. So normally what happens is PCR is always helping you. So I don't use any candlestick pattern or any patterns. I just see the PCR. I focused only on PCR, and then I take my own trade. So it helps me a lot. Second thing, only discipline will help you to earn money in F&O. See, though I am tracking PCR, but still I have to keep my stop losses because PCR is changing frequently. As I said earlier, every 10-15 minutes I check PCR, and if I found that PCR was going up, hence I took some long positions, and suddenly PCR dropped down, I have to quit my position. I have to exit my position. If I don't exit, my losses will be very big. Okay, so you have to be very, very disciplined when you trade in F&O. Then only you can make money or you can earn money. Strict stop losses is the key for success. I have already spoken about this entire last 1 hour, that only stop loss. लड़का तो अच्छा है, but stop loss नहीं लगाता कभी पैसा नहीं बनाएगा. ओके अगर अच्छा लड़का नहीं है बट स्टॉप लॉस लगाता है तो वो अच्छा ट्रेडर है. ओके सो डेफिनेटली ही विल मेक मनी. So if you are having holding capacity, then only trade in F&O. Never jump with limited capital. Backup may be needed in case of sharp market fall or sharp rise. As I said, those people who basically use those discount broker with the kind of 10,000, 20,000 rupees capital, they never make money in this market. Okay, these all are those people who are coming in 99%. But if you really want to make good money, money attracts money. That is a basic principle. So अगर अच्छा पैसा बनाना है तो अच्छा पैसा आपको लगाना भी पड़ेगा, डालना भी पड़ेगा. So if you want to trade in future, your capital should be minimum 10-15 lakhs. Then only you can able to make the things very well for you. And second thing, backup is needed. Just like when we saw the 1,000-point fall in market, and suppose you got stuck in some future positions in Nifty or Bank Nifty, or maybe say in stock futures, and the stock is fallen by 5 to 10%, a huge mark to markup losses are there, then definitely some backup also needed in case of sharp rise or sharp fall. If there is a sharp rise and you are short in the market, again it need a huge amount of capital. So if your holding capacity is big, then only trade in F&O in futures. Otherwise don't trade in F&O. It's not a cup of your tea. Okay. If you are on the screen, then and then only enters into F&O trade. Also, otherwise avoid. That is the final thing I want to tell you, that whenever I sit in front of screen, I only trade. Whenever I go out of screen, suppose if I want to go in another room also, I close my positions, I go in another room, watch television or have my tea and breakfast, and then I don't think of market. Whenever I sit in front of screen, I think of only market. At that time, no other thinking. But whenever I go out of the screen, I never go with open positions in market, because I am an option trader. You never know what will happen. अगर मुझे वॉशरूम भी जाकर आना है 5 मिनट में, तो कहां से कहां हो जाएगा इंडेक्स. Because nowadays there is a algo trading, robotic trading is also involved, which I personally feel it is not good for markets, because of that only that volatility is increased in last few years. Otherwise पहले ऐसे कभी देखा था आपने एक ही दिन में 100 पॉइंट ऊपर जा रहा है, 200 पॉइंट नीचे आ रहा है, फिर 200 पॉइंट ऊपर जा रहा है. That is only because of these algo trades and robotic trading. Otherwise पहले ऐसे कभी होता नहीं था. मैं तो मार्केट 17 साल से स्क्रीन पे बैठ के देख रहा हूँ. But last few years we are observing such a big, what we can say, volatility. So you never know. अगर मैं लंच के लिए भी जाऊंगा 1 घंटे के लिए, बाजू में भाई जाके बैठ के आराम से शांति से खाना खाऊंगा, तो आई डोंट कीप माई पोजिशन ओपन. बिकॉज जब तक मैं खाना मेरा खा के वापस ना आ जाऊं, मेरा पोजिशन कहीं उल्टा ना पड़ जाए. So that is very big risk. Normally people normally they sit in their office doing practice and they call their brokers, अरे हाँ भाव क्या चालू है भाई, अच्छा okay भाई. That kind of a trade will never help you to earn money in F&O. हाँ, that you can do in equity. इक्विटी में आप आराम से पूछो क्या लेना है, क्या बेचना है, नीचे में लेवानू ऊपर में बेचवानू, ये सब कहावतें हैं। नॉर्मली मार्केट में ऐसा नहीं होता, इतना इजी नहीं है नीचे में लेवानू और ऊपर में बेचवानू। बट यू हैव टू बी इन फ्रंट ऑफ स्क्रीन। अगर आप स्क्रीन नहीं देख रहे हो देन डोंट डू एफ एंड ओ। इक्विटी आप ले सकते हो, आप ऑफिस में बैठे हो, आपके ब्रोकर को फोन लगाओ, अरे भाई क्या चालू है रिलायंस, अच्छा मुझे 50 रिलायंस लेना है, दैट यू कैन डू बिकॉज इक्विटी डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस। एंड इफ यू आर इन्वेस्टर दैट विल नेवर मेक अ डिफरेंस एट ऑल बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग टू सिट फॉर 5 years इन रिलायंस। बट एफ एंड ओ, मैंने जैसे बोला, मैं तो कल भी नहीं देखता आज के पोजीशन के लिए। आई विल ऑलवेज स्क्वेयर ऑफ माई ऑल पोजिशन वॉट एवर द लॉस मे बी। I always square off my all positions, and hence I personally feel why I am successful in market because I don't carry my positions and I always put a stop loss. That is the only two things which I have. What we can say, I can say that I am a little bit of good in those two things, that I don't carry my positions for next day and I don't. What we can say, keep open my positions. I always put a stop loss. That only two things which gives success in stock market, in option trading for myself. Okay, so that's it. That is the only thing I wanted to share with you. Any questions I will happy to take. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for such insightful session, and especially those slides with Nawazuddin Siddiqui. I really loved it. Yeah. So let me just quickly open the stage for questions. Yeah. So, sir, there is one question coming from CA Shreyash Yadav from Gurgaon. What are the relevant strategies to regularly trade and perform well in FNO trading?
See, as I said, to be very honestly, myself, I don't have any strategy. That is the best strategy. Okay. As I said, if I personally feel market is going up, I go long in market. I usually go long in market. I buy calls in index or maybe the stock options, whatever stock I feel it's going up. Or otherwise, as I said, I'm going naked. Like I don't hedge my positions. मतलब मैं कॉल भी लूंगा, उसके साथ कोई पुट भी लूंगा, ऐसे तो मैं करता नहीं कभी. So, but people who are expert in those strategies, they can do that. मुझे वो नहीं जमता, unfortunately. So my strategy is no strategies at all. Okay. So just see the market first 15-20 minutes, observe the market. Never just jump into the markets on the sake. One more thing I would like to tell you is never take any positions on the basis of news. Okay, because the simple principle in market is buy on rumors, sell on news. Okay, so normally what happens is people are watching business channels and some news comes, L&T backs 5,000 crores contract and people start buying L&T. So what happens is the people like others who bought L&T on that particular rumor earlier, they come and they sell, they exit their positions, they come and book their profits. And the people like us, they usually get into trap of that. And then L&T will fall like anything for next 2-3 days and your positions will get cut. So never buy any positions on the back of news. Okay, always buy on rumors and book your profits on news. So that is the best strategy I can say if you want to trade.
Sorry to interrupt you in between, sir. Nanda sir has joined.
Okay,
So
okay, sir.
let me just introduce Nanda sir first. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. So yeah, Nanda sir is currently the Central Council member of the 25th Council of the ICAI from 2022 to 25. He is also the chairman of Digital Accounting and Assurance Board, Committee on Financial Markets and Investor Protection, Committee on Information Technology of South Asian Federation of Accountants, which is basically called SAFA. He is also the vice chairman of the Board of Internal Audit and Management Accounting, ICAI. So, due to the paucity of time, let me just allow Nanda sir. Yeah, over to you, Nanda sir.
Thanks a lot, Ankur Kataria ji. A very good evening to all. I can see the learned speaker, CA Nikhle Somanji.
Thank you, sir.
I can see the participants from the Committee for Financial Markets and Investor Protection. I can see CA Ankur Kataria, and more importantly, all members who have joined in huge numbers to go home enlightened on topics related to F&O training, opportunities, risks, and more importantly, the investor psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you one thing very candidly. There are two views who move in the market. The first view says कि मार्केट में लखपति बनना बहुत आसान है, प्रोवाइडेड आप पहले से करोड़पति हो. And there is a second view which says that if you want to become a multi-millionaire by legitimate means, it is only the stock market that gives you the options. Two people with different thought processes. But we are chartered accountants. We were set up by an act of parliament way back on 1st July 1949, when the most important document to the democracy, the constitution, was not adopted. All of you are well aware that the constitution to this great country was adopted on 26th January 1950. The pertinent question that arises is, what prompted the Constituent Assembly to set up an Institute of Chartered Accountants of India when its own democratic setup was not in place? Answer is very candid, very simple, very forthcoming. They were looking for a disciplined band of soldiers to create an environment where all confusion is diffused. So, ladies and gentlemen, the key word here is discipline. In markets also, if you are disciplined, you take a lot of money home. And if you're indisciplined, if you overtrade, you lose even your capital, and maybe you even become a pauper. My three important, you can say, references with relation to F&O trading. Number one, F&O gives you huge profits, but when it calls for losses, it knocks you out. Let us take last week's market. Today we are on Friday. Last Friday, or say 10 days market. In 3 days, the market came into a total tailspring from 19,800. It slashed to 18,800. 1,000 fall in a span of 4 or 5 days. And then, when it started moving up, it moved up, and today also the SGX in Nifty is about close to 150 points. What lesson does it give? You will not be always on the right side. And when you are on the right side, you take small profits and come out. But when you are on the wrong side, margin call will come and you will be thrown out of this market. First important thing, be disciplined. Understand that till the time sun will rise, there will be markets you didn't overtrade in a day to become a multi-millionaire. Otherwise, you will in a bad shape. Second important thing, when you trade in future and options, you need to use your knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, you're aware that 2 years back, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, under the aegis of its council, ruled that any practicing chartered accountant can trade in future and options. This was a big decision. And the logic was that we learn future options as a student. So when we learn F&O as a student, why can't we apply it in our professional course? But again, if you don't want to do research, if you want to trade for fun or adventure, you will always be at the receiving end. And third and final thing which I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when you see the conclusion with your eyes, when you envisage that, when you dream of it, you are successful. When you have a laid-back approach, you lose. So your vision for success is very, very important. And normally people, I want to tell you, are confused regarding markets. There is a couplet which says, तमाम के तमाम शहर बसाकर सुकून के लिए गांव ढूंढते हैं. I will give the English version also. तमाम के तमाम शहर बसाकर सुकून के लिए गांव ढूंढते हैं. कितने नादान हैं हम, हाथ में कुल्हाड़ी लेकर छांव ढूंढते हैं. The meaning in English is that we have put across so many big urban buildings, and for relaxation, we look at villages. How indifferent we are. With the axe in hand, we want to sit under the shade of the trees. Yes, my dear friends, you can have a cake or eat it. You can't have a cake and eat it too. If you are more adventurous, if you are more thrilling, you will always be knocked out. So my request, we have bought a person of the repute of Mr. Soman. I met him. We did a very nice program in Mumbai last week. And the best part, we brought most of the speakers. We had Anil Singhvi, who's a chartered accountant. We had Mr. Vijay Kedia, a well-known investor. We had Mr. Nilesh Shah. And put across, there were so many, Mr. Muthut, there were so many speakers, each was a star. And there I met Mr. Soman. And when I interacted with him, I could gauge that he has got a deep impetus into stock markets and invited him to come and speak here. So largely, these types of speaker create still in your mind, and you have to always use the advices given by them to create portfolios which remain immemorially. These portfolios should render such continued returns to you so that you are able to effectively utilize that and at the same time create value and worth not only for yourself but for your clients, stakeholders, regulators, and government as well. I will not speak much. I was waiting because I want to tell you that today there was convocation all across the country. The convocation of young chartered accountants, and you'll be happy to know that we convocated nearly 15,000 chartered accountants. I was in Delhi Center at Dwarka. Very nice Yesho Bhumi convention set has been set up here. We are more than 2,000 members and their parents joined. And it was a very gala function. So I just retired from there and I thought I should speak to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not stand between you and Somanji, but I want to tell you, if you want to make money, if you want to create value and worth, if you want to trade in the right direction, it is not an easy job. You have to, at times, use stop losses. At times, you have to book losses. My only thought process is that if you have to be a successful trader, a successful investor, you should learn booking losses. So I would give a pause here. Thank the board for the committee for holding such a wonderful program, and I wish all the luck to this great seminar. Thank you. Thank you so much. The dice is all yours, Ankur.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for such
Most
kind
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Always
Thank you,
there.
sir.
Always there.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Niklesh, sir, we are still getting some questions. So,
Okay. You can ask, no issue.
yeah.
So I suggest you can continue with the questions. I am traveling, so I would withdraw.
Sure, sir.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice webinar. Bye bye.
For your
Bye.
presence. Yeah. So there is one question coming from Pradeep Shah, that which books can we refer to if we want to gain more about the technical learnings?
See,
Yeah,
as I said earlier, again a wrong question to wrong person. I have never read any books in my life. Okay, after passing a chartered accountancy course, after reading our own study material, I have never. Actually, I don't read even newspapers. Very frankly, see, I am so much of what we can say. मतलब कैसे बोलता हूँ ना, मैं सिर्फ मार्केट का स्क्रीन देखता हूँ. आई पर्सनली फील ओनली मार्केट स्क्रीन कैन टीच यू लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. Okay, nor any mentor or nor any advisor. So sorry sir, I am not able to answer your question because मैंने कुछ पढ़ा नहीं है, तो unnecessarily taking any author's name or any big book's name, big seller's name doesn't sounds good. मैंने नहीं पढ़ा है, तो I will say very honestly sir, मैंने आज तक कुछ नहीं पढ़ा है. हाँ, मैंने स्क्रीन को पढ़ना चाहा है लास्ट 17 साल से, और मैं वो कर रहा हूँ कंटिन्यूअसली, और आगे भी करता रहूंगा. My own book is only the watching screen and just try to listen what screen wants to tell you. Okay, so and second thing, as I said, I'm not a great believer in technicals also, so I only follow PCR. That only one way I can. और मैंने बोला कि ऐसा नहीं कि 24/7 I trade, like 9:30 to 3:30 continuously I'm taking positions, I am exiting, ऐसा भी नहीं है. I usually just take very less positions जहाँ पे I feel कि I may make money. I take those positions, and if my target is achieved, then I keep mum. Like I just then observe the market, because see, being an auditor, when I was in practice, our quality of auditor is just to observing the things. Okay, if you are a good observer, definitely that will give you a sense of that audit also. So market may I am an observer. Most of the time when I don't trade, I observe the screen, and observation of screen teaches you a lot. That is my own sense. So sorry for not answering.
not an issue, sir. So, sir, we are getting one question related to the PCR only from Sumit Jain. Like buy or sell levels on PCR, which we must follow.
See, again, as I said, the PCR, when you calculate, the PCR calculation is outstanding position of puts. Open interest, I am talking about, not a because see, normally where you will find that how to calculate PCR, I'll just give you an example. You have to go to the NSC website where we have the Nifty option chain. If you download that particular screen, you will get the Excel, what we can say, screen where the all outstanding positions, outstanding open interest, change in open interest, everything is there. So all outstanding position of put. Okay, what is the PCR? That is a put divided by call. So outstanding open position of put divided by outstanding position of calls will give you the percentage of PCR. Normally for index, what is a we can say the figure which is important. If the PCR is 0.5, like 0.5 say come hai, that means that is a strict resistance to that particular indices. अगर for example ऐसा सोचो कि अभी 19,400 का PCR in the Monday morning it is a 0.23 or 0.45. That means market may not able to cross 19,400 easily because 0.5 के नीचे है means that is a stiff resistance. वहां पे ज्यादा कॉल राइटर बैठा है. And if you find that 19,300 is about to, ओके 1.5 इज अ गुड, लाइक 1.5 इज अ सपोर्ट. मतलब अगर 1.5 के ऊपर का पीसीआर है 19,300 का, दैट मीन्स स्टिल इट इज अबव 1.5. 2 है, 2.5 है, 3 है, तो दैट इज अ गुड सपोर्ट. वहां पे अच्छा पुट राइटर बैठा है, 2 गुना पुट राइटर बैठा है, 1.5 गुना पुट राइटर बैठा है, तो ही विल नॉट अलाउ मार्केट टू गो बिलो 19,300. सो आई विल बी बायर नियर 19,300 एंड आई विल बी booking my profits near 19,350, 360 level or maybe 370 maximum, because PCR of 19,400 is not giving me comfort zone. So the important figures are 0.5 and 1.5. 1.5 is a support and 0.5 is a resistance.
So this
And
also
that changes frequently. You have to calculate because वो अभी जो 1.57 है 10 मिनट के बाद वो 1.27 भी हो सकता है. So that is an indication that market will go down because the PCR is going down.
So, sir, this also sums up the query of Mr. Bhavesh, which is the PCR is below 0.8. It's good to go for put side.
Yeah.
So yeah.
0.8 नहीं, 0.5 से नीचे होगा तो you can buy a put of that particular strike price because 0.8 is sometimes it may become bullish also later on. अगर वो थोड़ा थोड़ा एक के ऊपर जाएगा तो फिर वो bullish भी हो जाएगा. तो like, and this PCR is a, see, let me clarify one thing. The normally PCR as business channels are telling you is a weekly PCR or monthly PCR. I usually trade on daily PCR. Okay, that is a huge difference because whenever people say कि अभी now PCR is 1.2, that 1.2 is not daily PCR, that is a weekly PCR or monthly. तो उसका calculation totally अलग है. वहां पे कैसा है कि 0.5 is oversold and 1.5 is highly overbought. वो अलग situation है. मैं जो बात कर रहा हूँ वो डेली पीसीआर की बात कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज आई एम इंट्राडे ट्रेडर. तो मुझे आज क्या करना है वो मैं डेली पीसीआर से चेक करता हूँ.
Sure, sir. So yes, sir, the last query is coming from Mr. Brian. Is breakout trading in futures a good strategy where you buy if higher than yesterday high and sell if yesterday is low?
Yes, that is always helpful. Say for intraday, it is helpful, not for positional, because in positional trade, what will happen is if you are really following technicals, then closing is important. EOD is important in technicals. Okay. But if you are an intraday trader, always you can just simply buy. If earlier day high crosses, you can definitely enter at least 0.5% to 1%, what we can say, trading move you will get there. And if the earlier day lows are broken, okay, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी कल आपका एक्सिस बैंक का लो था, एक एग्जाम्पल मैं बोल रहा हूँ फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. समझो 980 का कल का लो है फ्राइडे का और अभी मंडे को अगर वो 980 ब्रेक कर देता है तो यू कैन सिंपली गो शॉर्ट एंटिसिपेटिंग इट कैन गो टू 974 972 काइंड ऑफ लेवल्स. एंड अगर उसका हाई समझो 992 है एंड इफ यू फाइंड दैट ऑन मंडे इट इज क्रॉसिंग 992, देन डेफिनेटली यू कैन बाय एक्सिस बैंक फॉर अ टारगेट ऑफ से 1000 फॉर एग्जाम्पल. अगर अर्लियर डेज का हाई क्रॉस होता है तो डेफिनेटली 0.5 to 1% काइंड ऑफ मूव इज देयर.
Sure.
But that is good for intraday, I think.
Yeah. So, sir, last question is coming directly from me. As you rightly mentioned that you only deals in the intraday. But what if
someone wants to hold their position on a weekly basis is index option. So how do we manage our overnight positions? Well, that I have seen in many of my colleagues or many of my friends, that they are very particular regarding whether to hold or whether to book losses on the same day or to carry forward it to the next days. So yeah, what are your suggestions on that, sir? It's the query that is coming directly from me.
See, normally I can answer in very simple way. That all depends on your psychology. That what we next part we are going to start after 5 minutes. That investor psychology. So if you are a trader, psychology is always there. See, one simple question. What is see हम लोग वो बोलते हैं ना कि मराठी में हम लोग बोलते हैं कि हम लोग समाधानी होना चाहिए. Like we should be what we can say. हम लोग को थोड़ा समाधान मिलना चाहिए. See, getting money or earning money is not a criteria. Okay, getting satisfaction is more important. So where you are satisfied, okay, that is the ultimate level of booking profits. If I am happy in 1%, I exit in 1%. In option, normally my forte is point like 5% profit or 5% loss. I don't wait beyond that. मतलब ऑप्शन प्रीमियम अगर मैंने 25,000 का लगाया है तो 1250 1500 आ जाता है, आई एम हैप्पी बिकॉज आई एम अ स्कैल्पर. और अगर 1250 चला भी जाता है तो आई एग्जिट बिकॉज ठीक है, ओके फाइन, आई एम रेडी. नेक्स्ट ट्रेड आई विल एबल टू मैनेज अगेन 5 to 10%. So that kind of a discipline I am maintaining for last so many years. So if you want to carry your positions overnight, the problem nowadays what, see, you are either getting gap ups or gap downs. So if it is in favor of you, it is great, you will make money. But if it is against you, then how simply you will going to manage? Then you have to hedge your positions. If you want to carry your position, then you have to hedge it. लाइक आपने 10 लॉट कॉल के लिए है तो 5 पुट भी लेके रखो, तो कोई तो एक सही हो जाएगा, तो एटलीस्ट
एक
योर
सही हो
लॉसेस विल
जाएगा,
गेट
correct,
रिड्यूस. That is
correct,
the
sir.
only way you can hedge your positions. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it is difficult to manage your position overnight.
sure. Thank you so much, sir, for those suggestions. Yeah, so we can move ahead with the next session regarding the investor psychology.
Yeah, we can take 5 minutes break.
Yeah, sure, sir. Not an
Okay,
issue.
okay. So I'll
Whenever
just
you're
come back in five
comfortable.
minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
whenever
be
you're.
ready with my presentation also. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Sure, sir, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Ankurji. I'm back.
Yeah. So
Should we start with the second session?
yeah, yeah, yes. Let's just start with the second session regarding the investor psychology in FN while trading in FNO segment. So over to you, sir.
Okay, fine. So again, I'll share my presentation, investment and investor psychology. Now, in this 1.5 hour, in this 1 hour, we are totally, our views will be different, unlike the earlier session. Now I will talk as an investor, though I'm not. Okay, but the mentality or the psychology I will keep in my mind while delivering this lecture is that I am also an investor and I am speaking in front of all investors. Okay, earlier I was, it was very easy for me being a trader to give the lectures on trading because my forte is also that. But now let's we can talk about this. What is the investment and investor psychology is all about? Okay, so basically. Now, what happened is, as I told you earlier in our first session, that most of the time people they start as a trader. Okay, in markets they start as a trader. They want to trade in scripts, they want to trade in some stocks, and they want to make some money. And ultimately what happened later on is they got stuck into that particular stock. That stock price fallen, that falls, and again it falls like say 10%, sometimes 20%, then 30%, and then they become investor. Then they become short term investor, then they become medium term investor, and ultimately they end up become long term investor. There are many scripts I can name you. Again, I'm just giving you the examples. It is not a buying tip or it is not an advice. For example, I have, since as I told you, I am in market for last 17 to 18 years. I have seen R Power IPO also. I have seen Coal India IPO. Then I have saw JP Group also flourishing once upon a time, and then JP Infra and all those stocks become 1 rupee from HDIL. I can name you from 1600 to 16 rupees journey. I have saw GMR Infra from 1250 to 12 rupees, and again now it is at 45-50 rupees. So the point is what happens with the investors is they got stuck into particular position, and then again same what we can say reason why investors are also losing money in such kind of stocks, because there is no stop loss. That is the only one reason. That, see, I personally feel ki if you are an investor also, always keep in mind you can hold a stock for 5-10 years, no problem. You can hold a stock for 25 years, no problem. Okay, problem is once your stock is fallen by 10% to 20% from your buying level, you have to either check why this is happening. You have to go into the deep fundamentals. You have to check the what we can say financials of the company, and if you find that is something is fishy going on in the company, you must exit from that company. अगर वो 350 का सुजलॉन भी किसी ने 300 में एग्जिट किया होता तो 8 रुपए 9 रुपए तक देखने की बारी नहीं आती. आर पावर भी अगर आपने फर्स्ट डे में भी एग्जिट किया होता है 275 तो 10 रुपए में देखने की बारी नहीं आती. द पॉइंट इज, if you are an investor also, if you are investing in IPOs also, nowadays, last many years, I am observing last 8 to 10 years, now IPO is also, people are using that IPO as a trading instrument. दैट पीपल से कि चलो आईपीओ में पैसा लगाते हैं और एक ही दिन में 10-20% कमाते हैं, 30-40% बनाते हैं. सो आईपीओ इज नॉट फॉर ट्रेडिंग एक्चुअली. IPO is basically for long-term investor, but people are also now genuinely feel that कि IPOs are also giving good kind of returns. So चलो पैसा लगाते हैं और लिस्टिंग पे लिस्टिंग गेन बना के उसको एग्जिट कर देते हैं. एंड देन सम आईपीओ कम लाइक जोमेटो ऑल्सो की 150 रुपए का फिर वो 50 रुपए हो जाता है. ओके, पीपल डोंट गेट एग्जिट. पेटीएम इज ऑल्सो गुड. हाँ, जितना भी आप लोगों ने पेटीएम में क्रेडिट लिया था, जितना भी आपने कैशबैक लिया था, वो स्टॉक ने पूरा आपसे वापस ले लिया. Okay, so the problem is again, if you don't put a stop loss to right particular your investment, it will also a dangerous. And why you are not keeping stop losses is we are going to talk in detail. It's all of your investor psychology. Okay, psychology don't allow you to put stop loss. Psychology don't allow you to book losses. How? Let's see ahead. Let's see what happens when we really are investors. I'll move ahead. Now again a disclaimer, I am not a broker, sub-broker, I am not mutual fund distributor. Already I have told you, the views expressed here are purely my own personal experience and views. You can better take what we can say advice from your another chartered accountant or advisor. Okay, that will always. Now this is very important chart actually. I have mentioned the source also. ये मैंने बनाया हुआ नहीं है. I have taken it from 2015 financialsamurai.com. वहां से लिया हुआ है. Now that is the conventional pattern of investment. Okay, first let us talk about investment. The proper asset allocation of stocks and bonds by age, conventional asset allocation model. Normally, whenever as a chartered accountants we advise our clients also for those whose return we are filing, तो हम लोग भी उनको थोड़ा investment का advice देते हैं. But now here stocks and bonds representing. Stocks means investment which carry variable rate of return, and bonds means investment which carry fixed rate of return. यहाँ पे बिल्कुल डोंट मिसअंडरस्टूड द कंसेप्ट दैट स्टॉक्स मींस स्टॉक मार्केट का स्टॉक, बॉन्ड्स मींस बॉन्ड मार्केट का बॉन्ड्स. ऐसा नहीं है. This is a two type of instrument we need to buy, where the first is variable rate of return, and in second one a fixed kind of a return. So variable mein you can buy gold, you can buy silver, real estate, all will come in stocks. Okay, and in bonds what will come? Your FDs, your RDs, your debentures, your fixed deposits. Okay, then your post office investments, your LIC investments, your PPF, and all those which carrying a fixed rate of return kind of a investment. Your bonds, RBI bonds or tax-free bonds, everything will come under bonds. Now, if you see the chart, just check your own age where you are lying. I am at 50 right now, presently. So my portfolio should have my investments in variable rate of return 50%, and I should or I must have my investment in fixed rate of return kind of investment 50% of my corpus. So whatever corpus I have, I must bifurcate into 50% in variable, 50% in fixed. If you are 20, 25, 75 to 25%, if you are 40s, 60% you can still go for variable, 40% you can keep for fixed. If you are 75 plus, okay, if you are an experienced person, if you are an aged person, if you are a senior citizen, still your corpus must have 25% of the portion which can go into the say markets or maybe some other kind of a investment where the rate of return is not fixed. Okay. Now, as far as my own investments are concerned, as I said, again, a disclaimer is, or a disclosure, you can call it, that my entire corpus is invested in stock market. Okay, so I have a portfolio on my wife's name, and myself, I am an option trader. So I don't have any FDs or I don't put in PPF. I don't like actually, because when markets are giving you so much of return, then why to put your money in bank deposits? And where, see, just what we can say, whenever I give lectures in various what we can say organizations also, I always say कि market से डर लगता है, no problem. कौन सा बैंक में आपका अकाउंट है, ओके, विच बैंक यू लाइक और विच बैंक यू ट्रस्ट, कौन से बैंक पे आपका भरोसा है. तो पीपल से वी ट्रस्ट से स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, इट इज द लार्जेस्ट बैंक. सम से वी ट्रस्ट HDFC बैंक, सम से वी ट्रस्ट एक्सिस बैंक. तो ऐसे कि इंस्टेड ऑफ कीपिंग 50 lakhs इन ICICI बैंक, instead of keeping 1 crore ka FD in HDFC bank, why don't you buy HDFC stock with that amount and just hold it for 2-3 years and see the amount of gain you will get after 2-3 years. Okay, आपको स्टेट बैंक के ऊपर भरोसा है ना, वो बैंक डूबेगा नहीं. स्टेट बैंक will never collapse. Now it is 30,000 branches all over across India. First number one branch, number one bank. तो भाई स्टेट बैंक के स्टॉक लो ना. स्टेट बैंक में एफडी करके क्या मिलेगा? 6% मिलेगा साल का. वो तो स्टेट बैंक का स्टॉक आपको रिजल्ट पे 10% दे देगा. Okay, so that kind of a psychology I have in my mind because I am watching markets all the time. So usually those who are afraid in investing in market, you can also advise your clients like this कि भाई मार्केट से मत डरो, जिस पे आपको भरोसा है उस पे पैसे लगाओ, कोई बात नहीं. ओके, किसको लगता है भाई टीसीएस और 20 साल चलेगा, टीसीएस पे पैसा लगाओ. दो आई पर्सनली फील नाउ नेक्स्ट 4-5 years विल बी ऑफ मिड कैप्स एंड स्मॉल कैप्स मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. लार्ज कैप अभी बहुत बड़े हो गए, अभी उनको चलने में थोड़ा उनका वजन भी बढ़ गया है. तो यू नो वेरी वेल कि जिसका वजन बढ़ा है वो ज्यादा चल नहीं पाता, भाग नहीं पाता. तो अभी भागेंगे कौन? जिनका वजन नहीं है मार्केट में. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट वी कैन से आई वांट टू टेल यू. तो इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है तो ऐसे स्टॉक्स में करो. अभी आज की तारीख में आप टीसीएस लोगे फॉर द सेक ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट फॉर नेक्स्ट 10 years. I don't know what kind of a returns you can make because TCS is already at 3600. But if you choose any other stock which is lying at 35 rupees or 80 rupees or 100 rupees, it can be a new next TCS in next 10 years. ऐसे सोच के आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहिए. That will help you as an investor. Okay, not just buying the only large caps as an investment portfolio. That will never going to help you. That is my own sense. Again, your views may be different. Now, some basic assumptions we must have before going into investor psychology and investment, and some principles we must know. First is what convenience of equity buying over real estate. As you know very well, there was a boom in real estate in 2000 and 2000. Like it started from year 2000, I think, and it was up to 2012-13. Before the Modi government came, we saw that then the prices of real estate become stagnant. Now, where I stay in Thane at Naupada, I saw that in the year 2000, the rate per square feet was also 2050 rupees in my area where I stay. And it went up to almost 20,000 rupees per square feet in 2013-14. Now again it is available at 15-16,000 maybe, or maybe 17,000 if some good luxurious building. Nowadays in Thane also we are having buildings for 60 floors, 40 storied, 50 storied building we are having in Thane also. But rate is not about 20,000. It is 16,000, 15,000, 14,000. If you go to Ghodbandar Road, it is 13,000. So rates are not as attractive as earlier, or maybe the investment. Many people they say ki, again it's my own view. I wrote on Facebook on the day of demonetization. On my Facebook account, I wrote that हीच ती वेळ हाच तो क्षण रिअल इस्टेट मधनं बाहेर पडण्याचा. I wrote an article in Marathi like this is the time you must exit from real estate. It was on the night of demonetization. I still remember it is 2016 8 November. Okay, so वो दिन मैंने लिखा था because I thought कि if the notebandi will come, definitely real estate, though it is not going to crash in Mumbai in metro cities, but the rates will definitely go down and they will not come up immediately. And now people are saying कि real estate में तेजी है, real estate में तेजी है, but everywhere I find that people are crazy about buying the real estate. But unfortunately, if you go for selling a real estate, if you want to sell your flat, the rates are not much. Okay, rates in our Thane also in Ghodbandar area, I think nearly 40,000 to 50,000 flats are vacant. So my own view for next 5 years is real estate stock may do well. Okay, real estate stock may do well, but not the actual genuine investment in real estate. So convenience of equity is always better over, and in real estate you need minimum crores of rupees. In where I stay in Thane, if you want to buy a 1 BHK, it costs you 1.25 CR. Okay, but if you have 25 lakhs, you can invest in equity markets. Okay, if you have 50 lakhs, you can give a PMS. But for buying a real estate, you need minimum 1 CR. So it's a convenient, always keep in mind while investing in market. Basic knowledge of technical versus fundamental. Again, both are different views. Normally, traders like us, they use technical analysis, though I'm not using fully. But yes, definitely traders will like to use technical analysis. But investor purely they follow the fundamentals. And there are some nowadays concept called techno funda also. You can help. You can take the help of technical also, and you can club the technicals with fundamentals. And techno funda analysis is nowadays also popular. So you can use that also technique for choosing the stock or maybe the investment purpose. Cash versus F&O knowledge you must have before going into equity markets. You must know what is what we can say investment and rate of return, ROI. Means always F&O you will find that ROI is always bigger one compared to cash markets. But you must have this knowledge, and accordingly you can plan your investments. One most important what we can say, you must understand, you must know the difference between trader and investor. What happens is normally, as I said, people start in market as a trader. They want some quick gains. They want to make some quick money in markets in a shorter span of time. I also get some calls from my earlier clients of whom return I was filing. अरे सोमन सर, मैंने अभी मेरा फ्लैट बेचा है और अभी वो 6 महीने के लिए मेरे पैसा मेरा बैंक अकाउंट में पड़ा है, अभी वो कैपिटल गेन बॉन्ड में डालने के लिए तो 31 मार्च का टाइम है, मेरे सीए ने बोला है, तो 6 महीने में थोड़ा इक्विटी मार्केट्स में डाल के कुछ हो सकता है क्या? तो आई ऑलवेज से कि भाई कितना पैसा है सर, आई हैव 50 lakhs रुपीज इन माई अकाउंट, तो इफ इट इज 50 lakhs, देन आई से कि अगर वो 50 लाख का 6 महीने के बाद 40 लाख होगा, आपको चलेगा क्या? अरे सुमन क्या बात कर रहे हैं यार, 40 लाख होगा कैसे चलेगा? हाँ नहीं चलेगा ना, देन डोंट कम इन मार्केट विद सो मच ऑफ शॉर्ट स्पैन और शॉर्ट टाइम, लाइक यू वांट टू मेक सम मनी इन 6 months। 50 लाख का 40 लाख भी हो सकता है 6 महीने में इफ मार्केट फॉल्स। सो वन शुड अंडरस्टैंड दिस, ओके, वन शुड बी रेडी फॉर दिस, मेंटली यू शुड बी रेडी कि भाई मैं जो भी पैसा डालूंगा अगले 6 महीने में 1 साल में ऐसा हो जाए कि जैसे देखो कोरोना के टाइम में हुआ था, एट दैट टाइम आल्सो आई गिव अ इंटरव्यू ऑन TV9 चैनल इन मराठी व्हेन कोरोना कोविड स्टार्टेड ऑन 4th March, that I said that market कहाँ पे रुकेगा पता नहीं, but because I don't know technical will work here or not, if this problem is a bigger one, I don't see markets are stopping nearby। एंड आपने देखा कि 11,000 से मार्केट 7,500 आ गया था। ओके, दो आई डोंट गिव द लेवल्स ऑन टेलीविजन, मतलब टेलीविजन में मैंने लेवल्स की बात नहीं की थी ड्यू टू सेबी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस, बट मैंने बोला था कि मार्केट ये जल्दी रुकने वाला नहीं है, यू नेवर नो वेयर दिस मार्केट विल स्टॉप। ओके, तो इतना करेक्शन आया था विद इन अ 1 month स्पैन ऑफ टाइम। तो ऐसा अगर हो जाए कि इफ यू आर पुटिंग अ इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑफ से 50 lakhs और मे बी मोर देन दैट, एंड सडनली मार्केट फॉल्स लाइक एनीथिंग, then definitely your corpus is also going to hamper by 10-20%, minimum 30% also. So you must understand this concept, if you are an investor, then just stay with your positions, although with stop loss, but horizon should be very long, say at least 5 to 10 years minimum, and 15 years will be good in my sense. But if you're a trader, then you can have a short term span, and always you can put a stop losses. Difference between value and price, the most of the time investors make a mistake, they just see the price and they buy the stock. If you are investor, see, I am a trader, I will see the price and I will buy the stock, or I will see the price and I will buy the F&O positions, because price action is important for me as a trader. But if you are an investor, then price is not important for you. You must understand what is the value of that stock. And if you find that the value is much more than the price, you should definitely go and invest there. And if you see that the value is very comparatively little or less one, and it is overpriced, okay, it is available very at costly valuations, then you should avoid investing in those where high P multiple is available. So earlier there were some stocks which you also must be knowing, that HUL and all those were having a highest P multiple, and still people are fond of buying HUL and all those stocks. But now the story is different. Last 6 months, HUL is underperforming, and I personally feel next 6 months also it may. So that means now the story is changing. The market is changing. It is not ready to give what we can say high P for the stocks. Okay, पहले कैसा था, हाई पी था फिर भी लोग उसे खरीदते थे because they see value in that. But now that value is missing, and hence they are not ready to give high P. Okay. Bulls versus bears, ये भी आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. The all these cycles, normally people say 8-year cycle, 9-year cycle. First 8 years will be bull, then another 8 years will be bear cycle, again 8 years bull. Everybody is now saying we are in the long term bull market. Like this 8 years we are in the bull market, another next years will be also we are in the bull market. So we are people are calling we are in the long term bull market. So it's good, but again you need to be very choosy as far as your stock picking is concerned. And fight between greed and fear is always there. If you are an investor also, it is always there, because what will happen is whenever our stock gets locked in upper circuit, we become greedy, we don't want to sell the stock, though we are made up huge amount of money, still we find that we feel that अगर कल भी अपर सर्किट लगेगा और 10% आ जाएगा, 2-3 बार और लगेगा तो और 20-30% आ जाएगा, लाइक दैट वी डोंट बुक प्रॉफिट्स इन टाइम. एंड फियर इज ऑलवेज देयर. अगर अपने स्टॉक को लोअर सर्किट लग गया, then investor feel कि अरे अभी से बाहर कब आएंगे, लाइक कभी ये छूटेगा. if I want to sell the stock, if I want to book the loss, if I want to book the profits also, lower circuit से कब निकलेगा stock. So these things also happen in market. There are some few stocks which are always fancy in only upper circuits or lower circuits. Okay, so you have to be careful. And then what will happen is avoid Ponzi schemes where high interest rates are promised or assured. Many times in our Thane also, we saw there were one or two schemes few years back. I was called by economic office wing. My friend is working there. He's a inspector. So he called me to, there was some investigation case in front of him, and he called me कि यार सुमन जरा मुझे हेल्प करने के लिए आ जाए, ये क्या है जरा देख, इतने बड़े बड़े लेजर का थप्पी रखा था उसके सामने, एंड ही सेज कि यार ये क्या हुआ है, कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा है. So the case was, there was some lady who promised many investors that she will give 3% per month, 5% per month, and she done an agreement also, written agreement with them, and she took a huge money like there were investors of 50 lakhs, 75 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crores, and initially 3-4 months she gave them returns. मतलब उनको जो भी 3-5% बोला था, 1 करोड़ के ऊपर 5 लाख रुपया वो दे देती थी, जिसको 50 लाख के ऊपर 25 2.5 लाख देना था वो भी दे देती थी, लाइक यूज टू गिव प्रॉपर रिटर्न्स. बट आफ्टर 3-4 मंथ्स शी रैन अवे, मतलब उसने ऑफिस क्लोज किया, कहाँ गई पता नहीं चला. एंड देन दैट स्कैम वाज वर्थ नियरली 30 to 35 crores rupees. That was a very small scam, but in city like Thane it's a big one. Like a lady is assuring some returns and then she is running away. सो ही टोल्ड मी कि यार ये कैसे हुआ रहेगा. बोला सिंपल है यार, वो कोई तो ब्रोकर रहेगी, ब्रोकरेज के लिए क्लाइंट का पैसा लिया रहेगा, कुछ रोबोटिक ट्रेडिंग लगाया रहेगा, दिन में 50 ट्रेड होंगे, अच्छा पैसा बनाऊंगी, उसमें से ही क्लाइंट को पैसा दूंगी. बट वो कब तक चलेगा? रोबोटिक डोंट हैव इमोशंस, ओके, बट वो कब तक चलेगा? जब तक आपका कैपिटल पूरा खत्म ना हो जाए. जब कैपिटल खत्म हो जाएगा, एवरीथिंग इज वैनिश. Okay, so that was the modus operandi behind every such what we can say Ponzi scheme. Ki initially they give you good kind of returns, but later on they vanish from market, they abscond, and then you will lose your entire money. And then you will realize that on that agreement there was a asterisk mark, जैसे वो म्यूचुअल फंड के एग्रीमेंट में होता है, इट इज सब्जेक्ट टू मार्केट रिस्क, वो भी वहां पे लिखा होता है कि इट इज सब्जेक्ट टू मार्केट रिस्क. एंड देन दे कैन सिंपली से कि भाई सर मार्केट है, क्या करे, लॉस हो गया. So always avoid Ponzi schemes where high interest rates are promised. Never ever put your hard-earned money in such kind of deposits, and surprisingly you will lose money. Okay, मैंने आज तक कोई भी स्कीम ऐसा देखा नहीं है कि जो सालों साल आपको अच्छा रिटर्न दे रही है. ये ज्यादा से ज्यादा 1-2 साल चलेगा, थर्ड ईयर इसको तो जाना ही जाना है. Okay, so always be careful. Don't get into such kind of practices. Now, what is a normal situation? So, whenever you are an investor, what happens is usually this happens with everybody who's having a portfolio. कि the stock you sold, मतलब जो आप stock बेचते हैं, no doubt कभी कभी profit में बेचते हैं, you sell in profits. Sometime you wait for 5-10 years, then the stock come to your price, buying price, and you immediately get off. You immediately get rid of. भाई मैंने लिया था 50 रुपए में, फिर वो 5 रुपए हो गया था, 10 साल मैंने होल्ड किया, अभी जैसे 50 आया मैं निकल गया उसमें से. तो एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस, दैट स्टॉक गोज लाइक 50 से फिर वो 200 रुपया हो जाता है. एंड देन यू से यार ये तो क्या है, 10 साल रखा था और अभी बरोबर नहीं. ओके, सो दिस थिंग हैपन. सो प्रॉब्लम इज व्हाट कि व्हेनेवर you sell the stock, again it may happen or it might happen, that is not the right time to sell the stock. That then you have to take the help of the technicals, or you have to take the help of some other tools which are available. You have to see कि if there is a breakout in a stock, भाई 10 साल के बाद वो 50 पे आपका कॉस्ट पे आया है, that means now it will give a multi-year breakout. तो उसको तो चलना ही चलना है. अगर 10 साल रुके थे और 6 महीना रुक जाओ और 1 साल रुक जाओ, बट इन्वेस्टर डोंट हैव पेशेंस. उनको ऐसा होता है कि कब एक बार वो 50 के ऊपर आ जाए और मैं उसमें से निकल जाऊं. एंड देन दिस थिंग हैपन कि द स्टॉक यू सोल्ड, इट गोज अप एंड अप एंड अप. देन द स्टॉक यू आर अबाउट टू बाय, मतलब हम लोग उसको ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं. बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं अरे यार इसको तो मैं 2 साल से देख रहा हूँ, यार मैं इसको 10 साल से देख रहा हूँ, इसको 5 साल से देख रहा हूँ, अरे इसको मैं पिछले 3 साल से देख रहा हूँ. सोच रहा हूँ लू के नहीं लू. अशोक लेलैंड was available at 14 rupees, then it was available at 50 rupees, then it was available at 100 rupees, then it was available at 150 rupees. मैं सोच ही रहा हूँ कि कभी लू इस अशोक लेलैंड को. 100 rupees हो गया तो मैंने सोचा अभी 50 आएगा तो ले लूंगा. If it comes to 50 I will buy. It went to 150. Then I said ओके अभी 150 तो बहुत महंगा हो गया यार, 13 रुपए से देख रहा हूं मैं इसको. अब एक काम करता हूँ, इफ इट कम्स टू 125 और 120, और वो टीवी एनालिस्ट भी ऐसे बोलते हैं कि अभी तो बहुत बढ़ गया है, अभी ऑलवेज बाय इन डीप, द नाइस टाइम टू बाय द स्टॉक इज इफ इट कम्स टू 120. तो वो कभी 120 आता नहीं है, तो 150 से हो गया 170. So this thing happened with us. We only track the stock, we only watch the stock, but we don't buy. And every time why we don't buy? Because every time it is up. Okay, 50 का स्टॉक 100 रुपया हो जाता है तो हम लोग बोलते हैं नाउ आई विल बाय इन 70, नाउ आई विल बाय इन 80. वो 125 हो जाता है, देन वी से नहीं अभी तो 100 में पक्का बाय करूंगा. 120 150 हो जाता है. यू नेवर बाय दो स्टॉक्स. ओके, ये आप कभी बाय नहीं कर पाएंगे, बिकॉज एवरी टाइम यू विल से कि मैं बाय इन डीपी करूंगा, तो एवरी टाइम इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. Very rarely you will get the chance to buy those stocks. And finally, a big portfolio, a big chunk of your stocks you are holding in your portfolio, they are moving like this, they are going down. Market बढ़ रहा है, market is up. Last 2 days market was up by 350 points. 350 points rally in Nifty. 18800 से अभी 19200 की तरफ आ गया, but my portfolio is still red. ऐसे हम बोलते हैं ना, my portfolio is still red. Why? Because there was no increase in my stocks. The stocks which are holding in my portfolio, they are not moving at all. उसमें कोई लार्ज कैप भी है जो डाउन है, जो कुछ मिड कैप भी है जो अभी भी डाउन है, कुछ स्मॉल कैप है वो भी अभी डाउन है. तो दिस थिंग्स हैपन, नॉर्मल सिचुएशन है एक इन्वेस्टर का. तो इससे आपको उभर के आना है, एंड यू हैव टू बाय द स्टॉक एट राइट टाइम. ओके, दिस इज अ नॉर्मल सिचुएशन. Now come to investor psychology. What is the first stage in investor psychology? See, always an investor or a particular person who comes into the market is having he's an optimistic person. Okay, optimism is the first psychological stage. He's always optimistic about the market. He's always optimistic about the investment he is going to make. He always says that I am a professional, I am a chartered accountant, I have seen the balance sheet, I have studied the stock fundamentally well, I have seen little bit of technical since I am having a knowledge of technical analysis, and now this stock I feel it is at a breakout, and definitely this stock will give breakout in next few days, in next few weeks, and definitely I will buy this stock. Okay, with my optimistic view, like this stock अभी मैंने जो stock अभी मैं ले रहा हूँ that is at 50 rupees, and this may go to 100, 200, 300 in the long term. Okay, that is my view when I start my investment in stock market. I must be optimistic. हाँ, मैं ये सोच के कभी मार्केट में आता नहीं हूँ कि जो स्टॉक द स्टॉक विच आई एम गोइंग टू बाय इन 50 rupees will become 5 rupees after few years. Okay, that is not the case. Okay, I never buy a stock with the intention to lose money. My intention is always positive. Okay, my intention is positive. I am a positive person and I always think positive. I look forward to market as a earning what we can say source, and I am buying this particular stock expecting this stock will do well in the near future, and definitely I'm going to hold this stock for a longer period of time. Now this is a perception of every investor that I will going to hold this stock for a longer period of time and I will create a wealth out of it. So this is the first stage of investor psychology where everybody starts with their investments and they move ahead. Now, after a few days, you will find that whatever stock you have chosen, whatever stock you have invested, it is going up. Okay, it is now in green. Like suppose, for example, again, you bought at 50 rupees and now that stock is at 60, 65. It is moving up. Now it is 70. So that is a second psychological stage which called excitement. Okay, which excites you a lot. And then you start calling people, then you start telling your friends, देखा मैंने कैसे इन्वेस्टमेंट किया, देखा मैंने कैसे स्टडी किया, माय स्टडीज आर एकदम परफेक्ट, व्हाटएवर नॉलेज आई हैव यूज्ड माय नॉलेज, आई पिक द स्क्रिप्ट एंड माय स्टॉक पिकिंग इज रियली ग्रेट. ओके, मैंने इसको 50 में लिया था अभी 1 महीना पहले, अभी ये 70 हो गया. ओके, सो यू आर ट्रूली एक्साइटेड. ओके, जैसे हम लोग एक्साइट होते हैं अपना सीए का रिजल्ट लगने के बाद. ओके, वैसे दिस इज अ काइंड ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट कि यस, we are excited, now we are chartered accountant. There is no change in ourselves. रिजल्ट के एक दिन पहले जो मैं था वही रिजल्ट के बाद में हूँ, बट द ओनली थिंग इज two words are the prefix ahead of my name, that is a chartered accountant. Okay, so that is a sheer excitement after you pass your CA course. The same kind of level of excitement you have whenever you see that whatever stock you have bought is now going up and up, and that will definitely gives us a what we can say that will definitely boost our confidence also, that yes, my studies are perfect and whatever stock picking I am doing it is right. So then you look forward to some other kind of investment also कि अभी मैं फिर से कोई दूसरा स्टॉक देखता हूँ जहां पे मैं इन्वेस्ट कर सकता हूँ, because my स्टडीज आर गोइंग वेल इन मार्केट. मुझे अभी मार्केट सब थोड़ा थोड़ा पता चलने लगा है. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ अ फीलिंग जनरेट्स इन एवरीबडीज माइंड कि मार्केट अभी मुझे समझ में आ रहा है. दो मैंने जैसे बोला आई एम इनटू मार्केट्स लास्ट 17 ईयर्स. मुझे थोड़ा बहुत ही मार्केट के बारे में पता है. मुझे ज्यादा कुछ मार्केट के बारे में जानकारी नहीं है. आई डोंट नो मार्केट्स वेरी वेल. I still learn. I am a learner in market, so I just whatever screen tells me, I like to listen. But people, when they see that their stock is going to 70, 75 from 50, or a 50% kind of return in just 3 months, what a stock picking! What a great person I am! That slowly some ego also get into your own mind. Some egoistic थोड़ा सा अप्रोच हो जाता है लोगों का कि देखा मैंने जो बोला वो हो गया. ओके, मैंने तो बोला था .com. I always write what we can say articles on Facebook on that कि people always say देखा मैंने बोला था ना ऐसे होगा, देखा मैंने बोला था. So I say मैंने तो बोला था .com is a website available with everybody कि whenever these things happen people say देखा मैंने बोला था. So but जो होता है तभी लोग बोलते हैं और जो नहीं होता उसके बारे में कोई बोलता नहीं है. That is the biggest what we can say mockery of the market. So now you are excited because your investments are going in the right direction and now the stock is from 50 to 60, 70, 75. It is going ahead and ahead. So you are excited. Now I feel personally that everybody in their life must have enjoyed this ride once in a lifetime. आपने जिंदगी में एक बार तो ये राइड की होगी. एसएल वर्ल्ड हो या कोई जियो वर्ल्ड में कहाँ पे भी whenever you stay, एक बार तो आपने ये मेरी गो राउंड और मे भी तोरा तोरा में आपने बैठा रहेगा. आपने इसका जो दिस इज अ रियली थ्रिलिंग एक्सपीरियंस. ये दिस कांट बी एक्सप्रेस इन वर्ड्स. ये तो उसमें आपको बैठना पड़ेगा. देन ओनली यू आर एबल टू एक्सपीरियंस दैट थ्रिलिंग और दैट इज अ थ्रिलिंग एक्सपीरियंस. समटाइम हम लोग ऐसा उसको शब्दों में उसका वर्णन नहीं कर सकते कि हाउ मच आई एम थ्रिल्ड. ओके, but yes, definitely you become thrilled because now what happened is the stock is now crossing 100 mark. Okay, now stock is going 100, 110, 120, 150. Oh my god, my money is now triple. 50 रुपए में स्टॉक लिया था, एक साल के अंदर 150 हो गया. You are just thrilled and then you are talking to everybody. You are start talking to every person. अरे देखा मैंने कैसे वो स्टॉक पिक किया था, इसको 50 में मैंने लिया था, आज 150 रुपए हो गया है, 3 गुना मेरा पैसा हो गया है. वॉट एवर द क्वांटिटी यू मस्ट बी होल्डिंग, आपके पास शायद 100 ही शेयर या 10 ही शेयर या 5 ही या 500 है, बट यू आर सो थ्रिल्ड दैट योर इन्वेस्टमेंट. अरे ये जिंदगी में ऐसे कभी हुआ नहीं है. Okay, that is just like getting CA pass out in first attempt. You are so thrilled. Yeah, first attempt both groups, great excitement. Okay, great thrilled actually. So वो जो experience आप करते हैं ना, getting pass out in first attempt, that thrilling experience, that will give you the real experience when you invest in market also. This is the third psychological stage. Now my own sense, my own feeling is when you are so much of thrilled, you should start thinking of booking profits also. Because already your investment is 3 times in a very short span of time. Okay, so I think this is a right time to at least whatever cost you have put in, मतलब उतना तो शेयर्स बेचो कि आपका कॉस्ट निकल जाए, या आपका प्रॉफिट आपको विड्रॉ करना है, या आपका कॉस्ट आप you want to take out your cost whatever you have invested in that particular stock, उतना तो आपको बेचना ही चाहिए. That you must sell. That is my own personal view. Okay, because see normally I am a trader, तो मैं 3 गुना तक होने में राह नहीं देखता. अगर 10% भी आ जाए तो मैं बेच देता हूँ. दैट इज अ डिफरेंट स्टोरी. बट इफ आई एम अ इन्वेस्टर, 3 गुना भी कम नहीं है एक साल के अंदर. अगर ऐसा हो जाता है कभी कभी, इफ यू गेट 3 times return on your investment within a span of 1 year, you can book profits. Okay, there is otherwise it will be a greedy situation कि अभी एक साल में 3 गुना हो गया, इसको 10 साल रखता हूँ, ये 30 गुना हो जाएगा. ऐसा आप अगर सोचते हो तो आप गलत सोच रहे हो. Okay, so that is not the proper thinking, or that is not the right thinking. You should set a target in your mind कि where you will exit the stock. जैसे हम लोग buy करते हैं ना, see our normally in mutual fund also people say कि goal setting. Okay, you should have a goal. आपको कितना पैसा बनाना है, आपको कहाँ जाना है, according to goal you can choose a fund. तो in investment also one should have a goal कि भाई मैंने 50 में स्टॉक लिया है तो my goal is to exit at 150. My goal is to exit at 100. My goal is to exit at 125. My goal is to exit at 200. Suppose say 4 times. जब भी होगा तभी बेचूंगा. And if you are getting a so much of quick returns, I think you should book part profit. चलो entirely आप sell मत करो, you are an investor, wealth can be created if you wait for some longer period, then at least part profit you should book. Okay, you never know what will happen next because market is volatile. So this is a stage where you are thrilled. You are not at all thinking of booking profits. You are just, you like to ride the rally. You say कि ये rally मुझे ride करना है. I want to ride this rally and I will wait. I will not going to sell my stock. अभी 150 हो गया, 125 हो गया, 200. The stock price is 200. You bought at 50 rupees. So much of profits. Still you want to ride it. You are thrilled. At this stage, I personally feel you should get out of that stock, or you maybe book part profit. Otherwise, you are at some time risk also. Okay, if the stock will fall, then ultimately your profits will get reduced. So better book some kind of a profit. Now, this is a stage which is very important called euphoria. Ultimately, we saw this 2 months back also, 1 month back also, there was a euphoria. Every business channel was telling you that when we are at 20,200, definitely next 1 month we will see 20,500. Somebody was saying कि दिवाली के पहले 21,000. I saw some interviews on television, just hence I am sharing with you. सी टेक्निकल एनालिस्ट का वही प्रॉब्लम है कि जो जहां पे ट्रेंड दिखा वो वही की बात करते हैं. ओके, सो उनको दिख रहा है मार्केट ऊपर जा रहा है, दे विल स्टार्ट गिविंग यू मच मोर बिगर टारगेट्स, and if they say market is going down, they will give you deeper targets. That is their problem. But ultimately, as an investor, you have to think yourself. Ultimately, as a layman, you have to think yourself कि क्या होगा मार्केट में और क्या होगा तो मेरे इन्वेस्टमेंट का क्या होगा, what will be impact on my investment. That you need to study. Okay, nobody else can think of your own investment. So hence, this is ultimately the next stage, euphoria, that now stock is भाग रहा है just like Milkha Singh. Okay, and now the stock is at 350 and 400. Now this is the stage where ultimately you are at a big risk. Why big risk? Because in euphoria what happens is, earlier in optimistic, you bought a stock at 50 rupees, it becomes 150, you was excited, you become 100, it becomes 75 80 rupees, you was excited, it becomes 150, it becomes 175, you was thrilled. Okay, fine, but now it is 200 से सीधा 350 400. Now this is a stage of euphoria. That is ultimately a stage, a psychological stage where you are at a big risk. Which big risk? The problem is people think that अभी ये तो 1000 के नीचे रुकेगा नहीं, that will not stop before 1000. That is the biggest risk, and that is the biggest financial risk. Because what will happen next is, ब्रोकर को आप फोन करोगे या ब्रोकर आपको फोन करेगा, सर congratulations, you bought the stock at 50 rupees, now it is at 400. क्या करे सर, बेचना है? अरे नहीं नहीं भाई, कल ही वो मेरे एडवाइजर आए थे टीवी पे, बोले अभी ये तो 600-700 के पहले रुकेगा नहीं. दूसरे ने तो लॉन्ग टर्म का 1000 रुपए का टारगेट दे दिया. एक जन ने आके बोला 5 साल में ये 3000 भी हो सकता है. सो मेनी टारगेट्स आर नाउ व्हाट इज कमिंग ऑन अ टेलीविजन चैनल. बिग बिग टारगेट्स आर कमिंग. तो अभी एक काम कर, यू आर होल्डिंग से 100 स्टॉक्स और यू आर होल्डिंग 500 क्वांटिटी. आप ब्रोकर को बोलते हो एक काम करो भाई, 400 में मेरा और 2000 स्टॉक ले लो. That is the biggest mistake here people do. I observed many people in last 17 years that in euphoria stage they buy more stocks, and that is ultimately the biggest financial risk you are at. Because this is the time I personally feel in euphoria, when everybody is talking about buying in market. आपका चाय वाला, पान वाला, रिक्शा वाला, ऑटो वाला भी बोल रहा है कि मार्केट में पैसा डालो, मार्केट में पैसा बन रहा है. That is a stage where wise investors should move out of the market. You have to book your profits completely and sit on a cash and wait for next opportunity. But these things never happen. Ultimately, this is a psychology. हम लोग इमोशनल है. ब्रोकर का फोन आता है, ओनली वन लाइन ब्रोकर से, सर घर बेच के स्टॉक ले लो. You must be heard this phrase in 2008 also. You must have heard this phrase in 2012 also. You must heard this phrase in 2016 also, and abhi recently in 20 also. ये फ्रेज ब्रोकर यूज करता है, सर घर बेच के ले लो, मतलब घर बेच के स्टॉक ले लो, इतना स्टॉक चलेगा। आप सीधा जाओगे कफ परेड रहने के लिए, अभी नौपाड़ा में हो, सीधा कफ परेड जाओगे। ओके, कफ परेड इज द हाईएस्ट व्हाट वी कैन से, अल्टीमेटली द रेट्स आर इन मुंबई. So problem is people listen to their broker and they make a blunder. Okay, big mistake of their life. People add stocks at Euphoria stage because 50 से 400 रुपया हो गया है, 400 से अभी 1000 का टारगेट आ गया है. सो दे फील लाइक अरे यार 350 का रैली मैंने मिस किया, जो स्टॉक मैंने नहीं लिया. सो लेट्स बाय सम मोर क्वांटिटी, लेट्स डबल अवर इन्वेस्टमेंट, लेट्स ट्रिपल अवर इन्वेस्टमेंट, लेट्स मल्टीप्लाई अवर इन्वेस्टमेंट बाय 5 टाइम्स और 10 टाइम्स. 500 था अभी और 5000 लेता हूं, 500 था और 2000 लेता हूं. एंड एट व्हाट रेट? पहले तो 50 में लिया था, नाउ यू आर रेडी टू बाय एट 400 बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली द टारगेट्स आर कमिंग ऑफ 1000 एंड 2000 आफ्टर फ्यू मंथ्स. So they are the culprits in my eyes, those who are giving you a so big targets when the stock is lying at 400. अरे भाई जरूरत क्या है लोगों को इतना सपना दिखाने की, 400 का स्टॉक है और आप बोलोगे ये 1000 जाएगा. Actually SEBI should take some action on those people who are giving some enormous targets on the television. The stock is quoting at 400 and people are saying कि अगले दिवाली तक 1000 हो जाएगा. What is the sense of giving such type of targets? You are ultimately killing investors, nothing else. This is my again own view. This is my own view that ultimately you are killing investor. Then what happens is investor put entire his hard earned money, वो जो भी ऑडिट फीस वगैरह आया रहेगा सितंबर अक्टूबर में पूरा डाल देगा एक स्टॉक में और बोलेगा अभी इसको मेरे को 2 गुना 3 गुना करने का है अगले दिवाली तक. This is wrong approach. My opinion, you should get out in Euphoria because every Euphoria is what we can say giving you a big correction after Euphoria gets over. So this is a stage ultimately where you should देखो 2007 में भी वही हुआ था when market touches 21,000. You saw that 21,000 to 7,500 Sensex journey. What happened in 2012-13? You saw what happened in 2016 after Nodbandi, after demonetization. You saw what happened in COVID. You saw before COVID market was quoting at 11,000 Nifty and they dropped down to 7,500. Now also we saw that market is at 22,200. Everybody was talking about 21,000. Market fell to 18,800. So when it is a euphoria, you have see, because now you are not a trader. We are talking like we are an investor. So इन्वेस्टर को ये 100-200 पॉइंट से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ओके, अगर छूट भी जाए आपसे 100-200 पॉइंट का रैली तो इट डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस बिकॉज योर स्पैन ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट इज मच मच बिगर. ट्रेडर को फर्क पड़ता है 100-200 पॉइंट से, इन्वेस्टर को नहीं पड़ता. But when the euphoria is in market, you see that market may not go up. At that time, you should come out of the position. You should sell the position. You should book the profit and you should wait for the opportunity. अगर ये 400 का स्टॉक 1000 रुपया होने वाला है तो ये आपको 200-250 में मिल सकता है बाद में. This thing never people think of. They never thought of this कि भाई ये 300 में आएगा तो मैं फिर से ले सकता हूँ. They always see नहीं अभी 400 में नहीं लिया तो जाएगा. And broker also we can say indulge you to buy. सर अभी ले लो, ये लास्ट चांस है, कल ये 500 हो गया तो नहीं हाथ में आएगा आपका. And people gone mad and they buy the stock. So euphoria is a stage, psychological stage where I personally feel one must get out of the markets. Okay, you should not continue with your investment. You should book the profits and you should wait for the next opportunity because already a wealth is created. Boss 50 rupees का स्टॉक 400 रुपया हो गया, 8 गुना आपका पैसा बना है, और कितना चाहिए आपको? Okay, what else you are expecting from market? You must exit. And इसके बाद क्या होता है after euphoria? This is a picture will tell you the story of market. This is the nature of market. Okay, and the person also you know very well. Proper picture मैंने लिया है. धोखा स्वभाव है मेरा. Okay, the market is telling you धोखा स्वभाव है मेरा. ओके, सो मार्केट ने जैसे आपको दिखाया 50 से 400 रुपया लेके गया, अभी देखो मैं क्या करता हूँ. ओके, जस्ट आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या. सो मार्केट में ऑलवेज यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल बिकॉज दैट इज द नेचर ऑफ मार्केट्स दैट कैन गिव यू अ ट्रबल इन फ्यूचर. ओके, धोखा स्वभाव है मेरा, ये लाइन हमेशा याद में रखना. इफ यू आर ए इन्वेस्टर, मार्केट इज ऑलवेज टेल यू लाइक दिस. हाँ, 20,200 में भी ये पिक्चर दिखाना चाहिए था आपको कि नेचर ऑफ मार्केट इज धोखा स्वभाव है मेरा. मत पढ़ो पीछे 20,500 21,000 के, पहले तो एक करेक्शन आएगा. but everybody was talking about 20,500, 21,000 before Diwali. Abhi Diwali to agle hafte hai. I don't think so market will go up to 20,000 also. But for example, this is a nature of market. So you have to understand, as an investor also, you have to understand the nature of markets, and it can go anywhere, anytime. Okay. So next stage psychological is anxiety, because what happens is earlier the stock was quoting at 400. You have added the quantity also. You have made a bigger mistake in your life that you have added the quantity. Okay, आपने 2-3 गुना quantity add कर दिया because you are thinking now stock will go to 1,000 rupees. So because of that you have added your investment. पहले आपके पास 500 शेयर था, अभी 2,000 हो गया. पहले 1,000 था, अभी 4,000 हो गया. You have added the quantity. So what will happen is now whenever the any news comes, or maybe what we can say, after so much of big rally, market tends to take a pause, market waits. Okay, market stops, market like to correct. Okay, time wise correction is also there sometimes. So market बहुत कम टाइम में अगर ज्यादा ऊपर चला गया तो फिर मार्केट थोड़ा करेक्ट भी होता है, because just to get adjusted with the timeline. So then what will happen is anxiety. What is anxiety? कि 400 का स्टॉक हो गया 375, देन यू से ओ व्हाट हैपेंड, ये क्या हो रहा है मेरे साथ. ओके, व्हाट हैपेंड? But what happened is when you saw stock running from 50 to 400, and if that stock fallen by say 25 rupees or 30 rupees, or maybe say for example 50 rupees, अगर वो 400 का 350 भी हो गया, if it falls to 350, you feel that okay fine, you again check those balance sheets of the company, quarterly results are good, company is doing good, promoters are good, holding good kind of a what we can say stake in a company, float is also good, fundamental there is no change in the company, everything is sounds good. So it's okay, it's वो तो होता ही है, होता है भाई, market है, correction तो होगा. So that kind of a feeling generates in your mind, in your psychology you feel like that कि हाँ ठीक है, ओके अभी 50 से 400 हुआ है भाई, थोड़ा तो नीचे आएगा, we have to ready, we have to accept this. So in that is the anxiety कि you are not used to see the correction, because you have saw 50 to 400 move in a one stroke, and then it start falling to 350 or 375 350 kind of a price. Then you say okay fine, ऐसा होता है कभी कभी, मार्केट है, करेक्शन हो सकता है, but the stock is good, fundamentals are good, technicals are good, I will going to hold it. Now in my opinion this is the first alarming stage after euphoria, that you must get out of the stock, because still you are in good profits. 50 रुपए का स्टॉक आपका 350 आ गया है, 400 से 350 आ गया है, इट इज नाउ फॉलन टू 350, स्टिल यू आर मेकिंग 7 times money. Why you are not booking the profits? Because in your psychology, in your mind, the target 1,000 is now fixed. You are watching at 1,000. 1,000 तो जाएगा ही. और मेरे वो जो भी मेरे वो my favorite anchor is there on television, my favorites what we can say analyst on television, he has given 1,000 का टारगेट. वो तो मेरे लिए भगवान है भाई, वो तो बोला तो वो होगा ही होगा. That kind of a psychology people have in their mind कि उसने बोला है तो होगा ही होगा, I will wait till it goes to 1,000. It's okay, 350 हो गया, no problem, no tension, I will hold the stock. In my opinion, this is the first alarming stage. You should get out of the stock, you should book your profits, sit on cash and wait for some next opportunity. Now the market is in some different mood. Okay, and now market is falling. The reasons may be anything. See, 20,200 में क्या reason था? कुछ रीजन नहीं था, बट सडनली मार्केट फॉल. देन हमास एंड इजराइल वॉर स्टार्टेड. Suddenly there was a gap down. There was a news on Friday evening, Saturday morning, that Hamas and Israel war is started, and we saw that 300 point gap down opening in markets. And from that, market never turned back. Market never looked back. It was fallen to 18,800 just few days back. Then what happened is, the problem is we are in such a psychological stage that now stock is fallen from 350 to 250 almost. In those 3-4 days, the 3-4 days stock is fallen from 350 to 325, 300, 290, 275, 250. अरे भाई मेरे अभी तो निकल जा, अभी तो प्रॉफिट बुक कर. 50 का 250, 50 का 250, you are still getting 5 times of your money. But you say no, I am a long term investor and I want to create wealth. My target is 1,000. My target 1,000, और मेरे एनालिस्ट ने बोला है 1,000 जाएगा, तो मैं रुकूंगा इसके लिए. I will not going to sell it. देखो, कोशिश करने वाले की हार नहीं होती, हमने पढ़ा है बचपन में, हरिवंश राय बच्चन। एंड यू सॉ मेनी एग्जांपल्स इन पास्ट कि जो रुका है उसको ही पैसा मिला है, उसको ही पैसा उसने बनाया है। एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ इज ऑल्सो इन योर माइंड कि नहीं नहीं, इवन समटाइम्स योर फ्रेंड्स विल से, समटाइम्स योर ब्रोकर विल ऑल्सो से कि सर आप थोड़ा प्रॉफिट बुक कर लीजिए, इसमें मार्केट थोड़ा खराब लग रहा है। ओके, एवरीबडी विल स्टार्ट एडवाइजिंग, योर एडवाइजर ऑल्सो मे टेल यू टू एग्जिट द पोजिशन, बट यू आर इन सच अ स्टेज। ये आपका फोटो है, यू आर नॉट इन अ स्टेज टू लिसन टू एनीबडी। आपको किसी का कुछ सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है। ओके, यू आर नॉट रेडी टू लिसन टू एनीबडी। That is a very big bad psychological stage. Okay, at this stage also I personally feel again this is the last chance you can exit from stock in a huge profit, in a good profit, because still you are making 5 times of money because you have bought at 50 rupees and now it is 250. But what happened is, what you say, nahi nahi, I will not going to sell. 400 से 250 हुआ, इट्स ओके, इट्स पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ मार्केट, करेक्शन नेचर है मार्केट का। अभी वापस ये 500 जाएगा, 700 जाएगा और 1000 जाएगा 2 साल में, तभी बेचूंगा। सो यू आर नॉट रेडी टू सेल, यू आर नॉट रेडी टू एग्जिट, बिकॉज एक बार आपके नजरों ने 400 का भाव देख लिया, वंस यू आर हैबिचुअल टू सी दैट 400 रुपीज रेट, you have saw that 400 rupees rate, then you will never press a minus button, you will never press a sell button. You will say नहीं नहीं 250 में क्यों बेचूंगा, अरे 150 का लॉस, पागल है क्या? Like that kind of a mental stage you are in. So nobody will like to sell at this stage. Though my ultimate opinion is, at this stage you have to exit totally from the stock. Okay, still you are in good profits, huge profits, but you are not in position to listen to anybody. आप ऐसे बैठे रहते हैं like your head is under the ground. Okay, so you are not in a position to listen to anybody. So this is also a very dangerous stage. And because now what happened is, see, nobody is thinking that earlier you have bought at 50, it went to 405. But the problem is, in Euphoria you have added 2-3 times quantity. आपने और 500 शेयर लिया है, आपने और 1000 स्टॉक लिया है, आपने 2000 स्टॉक लिया है. So ultimately still the picture says what? You are in profit, but now your maximum profit is gone. बिकॉज 50 रुपीज का आपने क्वांटिटी लिया था 500, और 400 में लिया आपने और 500 1000 शेयर, 350 में और आपने ऐड किया थोड़ा सा, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली टारगेट इज 1000. 250 में भी पीपल स्टार्ट एवरेजिंग, पीपल से कि इसका 1000 का टारगेट है और मैं 500 का स्टॉक ले लेता हूं और मैं कुछ पैसा इन्वेस्ट करता हूं तो ताकि मेरा एवरेज और कम हो जाए, एंड देन आई विल सेल इट एट हायर प्राइस. So that is also a bigger mistake people are making of averaging the stock. Okay. Now this thing happen when you see checking portfolio these days are like मुझे सब लाल लाल दिखाई दे रहा है माँ. Okay, this is also one of the what we can say picture I have put here, because simply this is the stage, at this stage investor also feel like this कि 400 का देखा था मैंने और अभी वो वहां पे ज्यादा क्वांटिटी, आई हैव एडेड क्वांटिटी आल्सो, सो नाउ माय कॉस्ट इज गॉन अप. Okay, my average is also gone up, and now that stock is below my average price because I have added more quantity at higher levels. So my average is now up. It is not 50 now. So now stock has fallen to 250 or maybe below 250. So these days, whenever I check my portfolio, so मुझे सब लाल लाल दिख रहा है माँ. So everything is now in red. So why this happens is because still जैसे मैंने बोला कि there were some two psychological stages where euphoria you must have exited, or some I'd say anxiety you should have exited, because at that time there was a good profit. Still, though you have added stocks at a higher level, still the loss was not big enough. Okay, loss was very minimal. You could have easily exited in good profits at 375 350 levels also. Now the problem is you have added at 400, and now that 150 rupees into number of stocks you have bought at higher level, now the losses are mounting, and now the average is up and the prices is going down. So it's a very bad stage. Now ultimately next stage of psychology is fear. Then the fear comes in your mind ki, oh now what to do, what will happen. Now whatever money I have invested, my portfolio is in red, now I am into loss. See what a pity I can say. Earlier 50 said 400, a big journey, a big wealth creation, but people refuse. People say कि नहीं नहीं मैं तो इसको 1000 में बेचूंगा. Okay, because I am a long term investor. Ultimately now the day has come that now you are that investment amount, whatever it may be, now it is below your cost. That investment value or your portfolio value is below your cost and you are running into losses. That is a very bad, what we can say, stage. People become frustrated actually. They say, oh, ye kya ho gaya? Kaise kya ho gaya? Okay. That song will be played in what we can say background. And this is a really a very bad phase because जो भी प्रॉफिट था, जो भी अच्छा खासा प्रॉफिट हो रहा था, बट आई लॉस्ट इट. व्हाई? बिकॉज जस्ट the sake of making much more money and greedy situation, greedy mind, and you become desperate. The next stage in psychology is you become desperate, and now you are so much of desperate that stock is fallen to 200, again it is fallen to 150, and now you are saying that now what to do, I don't know. Then you call your advisor who was giving 1,000 rupees का टारगेट. भाई क्या हो गया, 1,000 का बोला था, अभी तो ये 150 हो गया, क्या करूं मैं, क्या करूं, बोलो. भाई मैंने बहुत स्टॉक उठाया है, मैंने लोन लेके स्टॉक उठाया है, आई हैव बोरोड मनी फॉर द सेक ऑफ मेकिंग मनी एंड नाउ आई एम लूजिंग एंटायर थिंग्स. मेरा घर बिकने को आ गया अभी बॉस. ओके, यू आर डेस्परेट, एंड डेस्परेट में तो सिर्फ दो ही चीज होती है. हाँ, आदमी बन जाता है वो, क्या बोलते हैं ना, दवा दारू, दारू से स्टार्ट हो जाता है एंड यू बिकम हाईली डेस्परेट. ओके, एंड देन अल्टीमेटली यू लूज योर एंटायर, व्हाट वी कैन से, प्रेशियस कैपिटल. जो आपने पैसा डाला था मार्केट में वो तो है नहीं अभी, उससे भी लॉसेस आपका इतना बढ़ रहा है कि अभी डोंट नो व्हाट विल हैपन नेक्स्ट. देन यू स्टार्ट फॉर सम एस्ट्रोलॉजर आल्सो कि भाई देखो मेरी कुंडली में क्या लिखा है. हाँ, अगर ये कुंडली आप 400 के टाइम दिखाते तो वो बोलता था आपके राशि में तो धनयोग लिखा है. ओके, लेट अस बुक द प्रॉफिट्स एंड व्हाट वी कैन से एंजॉय योर प्रॉफिट्स. बट आप वो कुंडली लेके जाते हैं ज्योतिष के पास व्हेन द स्टॉक इज एट 150 फ्रॉम 400, and then you are at very big trouble. And this is a scene of you buy on every dips करके थक गया हूं, चैन से सोना चाहता हूं. Okay, that is ultimately mockery of the people who mistake of average, who do averaging. मतलब 50 से लिया, 400 देखा, 400 के बाद 1,000 का टारगेट, then you start buying at 350, then you add at 300 little bit, then you add at 250 little bit, then you add at 200, then you add at 150. You keep on adding the stock. और अभी आपके पास बहुत सारा स्टॉक है. ओके, नथिंग एल्स बट द वैल्यू इज डाउन. सो बाय करके मैं थक गया हूं, चैन से सोना चाहता हूं, एंड आपको अभी नींद भी नहीं आएगा बिकॉज यू आर इन बिग लॉसेस. ओके, बिग लॉसेस. एंड देन दैट वन डे कम्स व्हेन यू बिकम सो मच पैनिक. ये पैनिक का बटन होता है आपके कीबोर्ड पे, देखा है किसी ने? देखो वहां पे आपको दिखेगा पैनिक का बटन. ओके, so this panic button you press. Why? Because now ultimately आपके कैपिटल में से भी there is a erosion. Okay, the 20% capital, 30% capital, 50% capital is going. तो फिर आप ब्रोकर को फोन करते हैं, अरे भाई बेच दे अभी. तो ब्रोकर बोलता है नहीं सर, लोअर सर्किट लगा है, बेच नहीं सकते, स्टॉक इज एट लोअर सर्किट. मैंने ऑर्डर डाल के रखा है मगर जाएगा नहीं बिकॉज इट इज एट लोअर सर्किट. दिस इज द अल्टीमेट मॉकरी विद द इन्वेस्टर समटाइम्स. बिकॉज एक दिन था जब आप अच्छे खासे प्रॉफिट में थे, मुनाफे में थे, बट द ग्रीड of your, what we can say, that greedy stage of psychology never allows you to book profit, and you feel कि अभी इसका तो 1,000 में ही बेचूंगा, ऊपर ही बेचूंगा. then it comes to 350 300, you still you are feeling like इसको तो अभी 800 में बेचूंगा, 700 में बेचूंगा. थोड़ा थोड़ा टारगेट आपका कम हो जाता है, बट यू आर नॉट रेडी टू सेल इट एट कॉस्ट प्लस सम प्रॉफिट. व्हाई? बिकॉज आपने वो बड़ा प्रॉफिट देखा हुआ है, तो यू आर नॉट रेडी, एंड अल्टीमेटली यू मेक अ मिस्टेक ऑफ एवरेजिंग ऑल्सो. ऊपर में भी आप लोग और ऐड करते हैं स्टॉक बिकॉज टारगेट्स आर रिवाइज, एंड देन यू कीप ऑन एडिंग द स्टॉक इन एंटिसिपेशन दैट ये दिस स्टॉक विल मूव अहेड. स्टॉक फिर से ऊपर जाएगा, जैसे मैंने पहले देखा था, फिर से वो दिन आएगा, स्टॉक विल गो टू 400, एंड इन एंटिसिपेशन यू जस्ट buy the stocks, and then you see that 350 300 250 200 again back to 150 and now 100 rupees, and then you become panic. अरे बेच दे इसको, बेच दे अभी तो मेरा कैपिटल भी 50% हो गया. ब्रोकर से सर इसको नहीं बेच सकते, नाउ स्टॉक इज एट लोअर सर्किट, एंड अल्टीमेटली यू बिकम पैनिक. ओके, and this is a capitulation. Capitulation is means what everybody wants to throw their towels in the market. Okay, everybody wants to just sell. वो बोलते हैं ना, अरे भाई जो भी है मार्केट करके बेच दे. जैसे मार्केट खुला 9:15 को, भाई सर्किट लगने से पहले इसको बेच दे. यू जस्ट कॉल योर ब्रोकर कि जो भी है सब बेच दे मेरे सब खाते में जो भी है. आई जस्ट वांट टू कॉन्सर्व माय कैपिटल. जो भी अभी बचा कुचा है 10-20% मेरे कैपिटल का, आई वांट टू कॉन्सर्व इट. Okay, so this is a stage, emotional stage. This is a psychological stage called capitulation. Now everybody is a seller in that stock. Everybody wants to sell. Nobody wants to buy. And then you press the button market करके आप इसको बेच देते हो, and you end up in booking huge losses. Why? Because when there was a euphoria, you are in great profits, but ultimately you was greedy person. Okay, greed आपको बेचने नहीं देती, and बाद में fear आपको बेचने नहीं देती, and ultimately you end up in making huge losses. And then you go into depression. CA results के बाद जैसे हमारे आता था कि भाई थोड़ा getting failed in CA exams is not a big deal. Okay, fine, उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, but getting 199 when the 200 was what we can say target to just get past, उसे पूछो उसका दुख क्या है. एक मार्क से उसका अगर ग्रुप रह जाता है तो what is the feeling of that person? He goes into depression. Okay, कि एक मार्क के लिए मैं रह गया, he may go into depression. So that is the ultimate big what we can say sorrowful thing in his life. Like in market also it happens कि एक बार आपने सब बेच बाच के बोल दिया ब्रोकर को, सब बेच दे, मार्केट करके बेच दे. I just don't want to get into markets again. Okay, I have made a biggest mistake in my life. वो सुमन सर का लेक्चर मैंने सुना, I started investing in market and वो मेरा पूरा लॉस हो गया. Okay, so then you went into depression. See, although I have not advised you to invest, I am a trader, but ऐसा होता है कि भाई मैंने उसका सुना और मैंने ले लिया और अभी पूरा स्टॉक मैंने बेच दिया, तो you become depressed. And ultimately what happened after a few days, again you see that in market everything is become good. अच्छे दिन आने लगते हैं, market changes. 18,800 से now market is at 19,300. So hope changes everything. The ultimate final stage in market is hope. Again, you are hoping for the good things and you see that market is now turned, market is now moving up, and again you start your own studies. You come with the what we can say all your data, and you say that yes, now market is looking good. I will again come back into the market and I will choose the stock. I will see the fundamentals. I will see the technicals. I will be optimistic and I will buy a stock which can go up to 50 to 400. So ultimately, when you see that stock is going to 400 again, then there is a relief. And that relief is if you book your profits in time and sit like this in your farmhouse. Otherwise, all psychological stage will go on and on. If you don't book your profits in euphoria, again all the same things will happen in the market. So ultimately the relief will come only if you book your profits as an investor also. So just last 2-3 slides and I'll end up because I know the time we are running short. Investor long term view, trader short term view. Investor think market will only move at one time on one direction. Trader think otherwise. He say it may move up or down and hence he make good money. Need huge investment for making an investment. As I said, trader can start with a smaller amount and he can make good amount of money. Chances of but yes, one thing is sure, as an investor, chances of making profits are higher compared to trader. Okay, so one thing is good for investor, that chances of making profit are much higher, whereas chances of making losses are much higher if you are a trader. So that is a good ultimately one advantage is for we can say investor. Now mutual fund, just I'll wrap up in 1-2 minutes. If you don't find time to study market, still want to earn better than bank FDR, this is the ideal source of what we can say investment. Go for SIP, go for mutual funds. Need to study, but uske liye need to study various schemes. Can avail professional advice. Those who are MFI pass out, exam pass out professional advisors, you can go to them and you can take advice. Very long term view is required, say minimum 10 to 15 years. That is only one thing in investment in mutual funds. I do not expect very handsome gains like earlier, but it will give good gains compared to bank FDR. Just like अभी जो बोलते हैं ना, मैं 20 साल से इन्वेस्टर हूँ मार्केट में SIP में, तो उनको जो गेन मिला है वो अगले 20 साल में आना मेरे को तो बहुत मुश्किल लग रहा है. So because now base effect is there, so इसके लिए but definitely FDR से काफी अच्छा पैसा बन सकता है in SIP in mutual funds because high NAV is there. तो जो 20 का 700 रुपए हो गया NAV, वो 700 का 7,000 नहीं होगा. ओके, 1400 भी हो गया तो you can make your money double. So small amount like 500,000 is also invested, can be invested. The only what I don't like about mutual fund is This is the scenario for last 5 years. Okay, that everybody's expectation is like this, but the reality of what you see on the screen, that is the only one thing I don't like about mutual fund. Otherwise, mutual fund is a fantastic product. Okay, I will not go much. Last, gold and silver, we buy gold, but we never sell it. So again, it's our psychology, our tradition. So it's all a good amount of investment. मेरे शादी के टाइम भी सोना 4,000 था, आज 60,000 हो गया. स्टिल माय मदर सेज नेवर सेल गोल्ड. घर की लक्ष्मी है. तो मैं बोला मैडम, मम्मी 15 गुना प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, बेच दूं क्या जेवर बीवी के? मम्मी ने बोला नहीं नहीं, उसको रखो, 1 लाख रुपए जाएगा. नो, माय मम्मी ऑल्सो सेज कि गोल्ड विल गो टू 1 लाख बिकॉज हर ज्वेलर सेज गोल्ड विल गो टू 1 लाख. Okay, so one must have exposure in this asset class because liquidity is very high compared to what we can say real estate. सोने का आपको पैसा immediately मिल जाएगा, so liquidity is very very high. So in case of emergency, you can place this also and avail credit facilities, not for investing in market, but you can use in your other difficulties. Though the movement is very slow, prices depends upon international markets. Normally, we don't decide the gold prices. Expecting some gold disclosure scheme also very soon from government. I am hoping that unlike the VDS come in 1997, I hope that some gold disclosure scheme also should come out. So that will definitely boost our gold deposits. Real estate, as I said, I will not advise you to invest in real estate for next 5-7 years. I don't feel there will be such kind of heavy or handsome returns. Real estate stock may give you good returns, but not the actual real estate. That is my own opinion. So second home I can advise, but normally whenever I go on leave once in a year, so I choose 2-3 days, or all we can say resorts are available. So there is no need to have a second home also. You just simply go to any resort and pay the rent, and you can enjoy your life. बिकॉज ये लोग को वैसे भी टाइम नहीं मिलता साल भर में जाने के लिए किधर. एंड कीपिंग मोर एक्सपोजर इन दिस सेक्टर इज नॉट एडवाइजेबल. ओके, सो थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'd like to answer.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Let me just quickly run through the questions. At least there are few. So there is one question from Mukul Chavda, that what are the key principles before start trading, or let us say investing?
Pardon?
What are the key principles before start trading, or you can say investment, that a person should look upon in a briefly precise manner?
See, two things are very different. As I said, if your perspective is long term, you can better go for investment. Again, I'll say for investment, as I give an example, if you want to invest in TCS or Infosys, I personally feel now these are very, what we can say, heavy stocks. Okay, next 5 years, large cap will not deliver. What is my opinion? I am a day trader, but my opinion is this large cap will never deliver you good return, unlike they delivered in the past. But some few quality mid cap or quality small cap can give you good return. They can become a next, as I said, you find out some mid cap IT stocks which can become a next TCS. Okay, that will be good idea for wealth creation. And as a trading, I can say if you have the time, and if you have the time to study the things, then only you go for a trading. ओके, आप कोई टेलीग्राम चैनल देखोगे, किसी का टीवी चैनल देख के आप ट्रेडिंग करने जाओगे, मनी पैसा बनाना बहुत ही मुश्किल नहीं बल्कि नामुमकिन है. ओके.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So another question, sir, is from Pankaj Jain, that how would you deal with the news and other stuff that comes along in a market?
Pardon? आवाज नहीं आया सर.
How would you deal with the news and other stuff?
See, as I said, if you are an investor, you have to definitely put a stop loss whenever any bad news comes. Just like I can name a few examples again. When there was a news came out on Diwan Housing Finance that 11,000 paper was not honored, and you saw that stock fallen from 580 to 250 or 214 on a single day. So you have to keep a stop loss. अगर investor आप देखोगे नहीं, and suddenly then it went up to 214 से 450 वो हो गया था. But that was a time you could have exited. किसने सोचा था दीवान हाउसिंग 2 रुपया हो जाएगा? Okay, so as an investor also, you have to put a stop loss somewhere. If something is cooking in a company which is not going to help you, then you have to exit the stock. At that time, you can't say कि उसका balance sheet अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है, वो अच्छा है. Sudden any changes comes into company, then balance sheet will not also help you. Okay, so you have to put a stop loss. As an investor also, you have to decide how much loss you can bear. Say 10%, 20%, 30%, 50%. In my sense, my own strategy is in my wife portfolio also, if any stock fallen by 30%, I exit, very frankly. So my forte is 30% loss. Just get exit, find some another stock for investment.
Sure. So thank you, sir. It's almost done with the questions. So yeah, thank you so much, sir, for such great, insightful sessions and the things that you taught regarding what a person should look upon before investment, or you can say before trading. So yeah, we are fortunate enough to learn all those things from you. So considering the paucity of time, sir, let's just end our session here.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you
Yeah.
for patient listening.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. It was great listening to you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.